Welcome in to another episode of Quarantine. It's been like 2 weeks since we've done an episode of Quarantine. So it's Friday night, nothing really going on. We're bored. We figured it's time. We'll have fun Sunday. We got NASCAR. We got Tiger and Phil going at it. We'll be over at the Sports Keg Network for that. But in the meantime, I'm going to let Ant just talk some shit. Going to let Spread do his thing. And I'm going to sit here and hang out. What's going on, boys?
Not much.
I've been
having a
having
lot more going on than me.
No, I've just been having a fantastic day, laughing, laughing my ass off on Twitter, just diving in headfirst into the Joe Biden is a racist hashtags, just reveling in my rightness. I told you.
We're 48 seconds into the show, and I heard the word racist.
It's the hashtag going on Twitter right now, and I just have this era of pomposity with me right now. I fucking told the Democrats for months and months and months, you can't do this, man. You cannot fucking do this. You cannot elect Joe Biden as your nominee. And then sure enough, literally like a few weeks after it's just him and him alone, he can't handle himself, and he says some stupid shit on a blackboarding television show.
And you know what? He almost made it through the whole episode without a gape. Right? He had to do it while he was signing off.
Yeah. They're about to sign off, and he's just like, "Oh, by the way, let me just stick my foot in my mouth real quick as we're signing off because I don't like that question." Jay, please tell me you know what I'm talking
about. I can't be any more honest with you when I say since Monday morning at 9 a.m., I don't know a fucking thing that's happened in the world because I put in probably 5 12-hour days. And last night I was up till 4 o'clock in the morning writing. So, I mean, you're going to have to really update me. Like, I named the show like Quarantined Episode 5 Week in Review. You're going to have to literally catch me up on what's happened this past week.
Well, we can do that.
Okay. So this has been all the rage on Twitter and on all the news programming today. So this morning, you're aware of what the Breakfast Club, not the fucking movie from the 80s, but the Breakfast
might be
Club.
Better.
Yeah, only because I think Rogan had Charlemagne on, right?
Oh, of course he's had Charlemagne on.
Yeah, that's his thing, right?
So Charlemagne, that's Charlemagne's show, the Breakfast Club. So Joe Biden's on the Breakfast Club this morning, and Charlemagne, is asking him some tough questions. Like, I haven't seen a lot of the Breakfast Club before, but what I have seen is, Charlemagne doesn't ask some pissant rollover questions where he's just doing a fluff piece. He actually asks you some hard-hitting questions. So Charlemagne had the audacity to challenge Joe Biden, and he basically said, like, what is it you're going to do to earn the black community's vote? That's kind of like the gist of what he said. Like, we need to understand, like, what is it that you're going to provide us over what Donald Trump is? Like, we need to, you need to articulate what it is you're going to do for our vote. And Joe Biden says, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, you ain't black. Hold on. I will read the quote. If you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black.
I mean, I understand what he's trying to say.
Shut the fuck
up. Listen, I'm not looking.
I'm not defending that.
I'm not looking. Listen, I'm not looking. I'm certain.
Hold on. All right. It's getting deep in here already. I gotta hop up on the fucking. Whoo! My feet are getting wet with all the deepness Jay's about to institute. All right, Jay. Apologize for Biden.
I'm not looking to defend Joe Biden. Okay.
Oh.
Personally, I think he's got a really cognitive deficiency problem. I think he's like losing his fucking mind. I agree with Rogan on that. I don't feel good about the bet that Anthony and I have. I think I'm probably gonna lose it. I got a bad feeling about it, if I'm being honest. But I think what he's trying to say is there's only one person running for president that cares about the well-being of African Americans, right?
Oh my God!
Could we agree that that's what he's trying to say?
Jay, you're too fat to try doing backflips,
bro. Why is it always gonna be a fucking weight thing? Jesus Christ.
Hey, you've had too many back surgeries to try doing these backflips. Is that better?
I mean, yeah, that's better. Thank you. But can we all agree that that's what he was going for?
No. Can we all agree can we all just agree that he's lost his fucking mind because he's a 78-year-old septuagenarian?
Is he 78?
He's 78 or 77. Well, he'll be 78.
They're all like really super old as fuck. I mean,
here's the thing: like he's always had a shady past on race relations, and now he's trying to be like, "Oh, I'm the shining example of race relations." Like Charlemagne had an interview today on CNN where, because obviously CNN wanted to talk to Charlemagne because this is blown the fuck up. Like, I don't know how you can go on Twitter right now without seeing like a bunch of commentary on this shit, right? So Charlemagne was on CNN and he's like, yeah, he's trying to say that he's the one for the black community, but he's the one who propagated the war on drugs that jailed us all, the mandatory minimum sentences that kept us all in prison, the crime bill. So I like to know, if he wants me to look at his record, I did. So I like him to answer on all that. Because Joe Biden said, look at my record, man. Look at my record. That's exactly what Joe Biden said after he said, you ain't black if you don't want to vote for me. He's like, look at my record on black relations, man. I'm the best at it. Like, actually, Charlemagne did look at your record, Joe. That's why he's asking me these questions. I think it's time for Barry to come in and sit his boy down.
Barry?
Yeah, well, when you got a relationship with him like I do, you can call him Barry.
Okay.
You can call him Barry. Yeah, it's time. Like,
I don't understand why. Like, if Barry's wife just ran for president, she couldn't fucking lose. She's more popular probably than any president in history. Like, all she has to do is run.
Yeah, because she's never been president.
Right. Exactly.
I mean, but don't you think it's time, like, Barack just came in and said, all right now, Joe.
Let's be honest. You don't think he called Biden, right, on the dolo, and it's like, Joe, listen, bro, something's wrong. You got to go see a doctor. Like, it's time to, we got a lot of great people. It's time to just call it a day, hang it up. Listen, man, vice president's a great, if that's the high point of your life, you did pretty fucking good, right?
Yeah.
The only
yeah.
Well, you think he's like, Joe, I think it's time you take a nap. Barack needs to come sit his boy down, man. That was just fucking ridiculous. But the funny thing is, actually, I think it's also terrible for me because, how reactionary these politicians are, right? Do you think he might just randomly choose some black chick to be vice president just to pander after this? And then I lose my bet on Amy Klobuchar and Gretchen Whitmer?
I don't know. Bogey says, Jay, who are the great people? I mean, maybe not great, right? But at least that they're not mentally ill with serious cognitive problems. I mean, he doesn't look very good right now. Now, luckily for him, his opponent equally mentally retarded, right? So I mean,
here's the thing that they need to do. Like, I
there's
love
that.
how you point that out. Here's what they need to do. They need to just like not allow Biden out of the fucking basement. Like, think about it. Like, a lot of people don't.
Are you trying to say that they should tie the vice president up with a rubber hose and just leave him in the fucking basement?
Yeah, don't let him out. That's how he won the fucking primary. All the states that he actually campaigned in, the original states like Iowa, New Hampshire, Nevada, right? Like, he got fourth, was his highest placing in the 3 original primary states. And those are the states everyone campaigns in to try and win because, like, we need to get our fucking ground game going. We need the momentum. So we need to win Iowa. We need to win New Hampshire. We need to win Nevada. He finished fourth place was his highest finish in any of those 3 original states. Like, a lot of people forget that. Like, Bernie Sanders and Pete Buttigieg won those states. He didn't win until they got to a state where no one was campaigning in. Like, he didn't campaign in any of the Super Tuesday states. He had no campaign apparatus. He goes into South Carolina, which 80% of the South Carolina Democratic voting populace is African American. So they're all like, oh, yeah, he was Brock's boy. We'll vote for him. Didn't even think about it. Boom. And he sweeps South Carolina, and then everything else happened. We all know what happened on Super Tuesday. But on the eve of Super Tuesday, Klobuchar and Buttigieg, who were like the 2 people who would take the most votes from him, bowed out and endorsed him. And then he just, he wanted him to go on a sweep Super Tuesday. There we had it. But voters just like, oh, Joe Biden, he was Barack Obama's VP, so we'll vote for him in all those states. But in the states where people actually got to see him for like months on end trying to campaign, like in Iowa, in New Hampshire, in Nevada, like those voters all knew he was fucking crazy. That's why he didn't get above fourth. Explain that to me. How does he not get above fourth in the first 3 states where the voters actually have to see the candidates? And then in like every Super Tuesday state in South Carolina, like he's.
Well, I mean, I don't really disagree. Like, I thought I was going to lose that bet. Remember? I mean, I may still lose that bet, but I was in really bad shape. Like, when they went into the Iowa caucus, Ant was counting his money.
Yeah,
I was counting my money after Nevada, after the 3rd state. I was counting my money because Biden had not gotten above 4th place in any of the primaries, and then all of a sudden, he got bailed out by South Carolina, and then Super Tuesday happened, and turns out you don't actually really I mean, he never campaigned in the Super Tuesday states, so it was just his name recognition carried him through. But but here's the problem though. Like, I actually think I don't know. Like, for full transparency, I bet on Donald Trump to win the presidential election because I think Biden is such a fucking disaster. And now I'm kind of worried about it because you look at a lot of the polls, Biden's pulling double-digit leads in a lot of these national polls right now because turns out coronavirus has fucked everything up. Like, Donald Trump was cool. Donald Trump was all shits and giggles. Donald Trump was funny as shit, tweeting people, saying dumb crap, all that stuff, right? Until a fucking actual crisis happened. And now, like, Donald Trump's he's tanking.
Well, I mean, I almost put.
And now I got to buy off. I got to bet on Joe Biden because, or I don't know.
I almost put like $5,000 on Trump to win.
I wouldn't do that now.
No, I didn't.
Oh no, you can't bet on Trump now. Yeah, I
almost
bet on either one of them right now. I'm almost tempted to just because you can still get. I looked up on 5 dimes. You can still get like Joe Biden at like plus 115, and you can get just a random Democrat. So you don't even have to bet Biden. You can just bet Democrat to win at like plus 110. I was like considering just doing that to buy off my position on Donald Trump to win the election, and then just kind of like waiting and seeing until we get a little bit closer to the election to like start firing, But Greg, do you think
I'm with that Texas bet and that's it?
Well, the Texas bet, after I gave that Texas bet out to you guys, it went from minus 300 to minus 550.
I'm moving lines, Ant. My 150.
Well, I mean, what was that line so? How was that line so low to begin with?
Well, minus 300 minus 300 is a 75% probability. I think there's way more than 75% probability that Texas goes Republican in the presidential race, right?
100%. Yeah.
It's like a 99% probability.
The best candidate they had.
Texas.
Right. Oh, you're talking about for the presidency, right? Trump wins Texas.
Yeah. It was minus 300 when I told you guys about it, and now it's like minus 550.
Yeah, I mean, the only scare that they've had with in the Senate was like that Beto fever, and the most hated Republican senator in the Senate still won. Cruz still won. There's no way that those people in Texas aren't voting for Trump. There's no way. That bet is a fucking guarantee. And I know we don't say that often on our other channel, if at all, but that's a guarantee. I mean, like that's the bet you parlay with Amanda Nunes to get the price down. Like if you could like wait on that money until November, that's the bet.
I let you win $50 though.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I originally put it in for 300 to win 100, and they rejected that, and they said the max.
$300 risk was over their max on that, Greg.
Yeah, I could only win $50. That was the maximum I could win.
Well, that's not even worth betting.
It is to me. It's free $50.
Well, I guess it's not worth betting if you have to wait 6 months to get your.
I mean,
is anybody looking at the pictures that Dave is posting in our chat?
No, I'm not, because I'm busy talking to you guys.
All right, I'll look. Are you gonna put them on the screen?
I almost feel obligated to put them on the screen.
Well, if you feel obligated to put them on the screen, you can go ahead and work on that. But you don't have any additional commentary to give on Joe Biden's comments this morning on the Breakfast Club?
I mean, he's
surprised at this point.
He's a few sandwiches short of a picnic, my friend. I mean, you know what I mean? Now let's talk about what we see right here. Okay. That is a picture that Dave put in our chat. That is a sex doll that says "Mom getting set up for delivery." Okay.
Where did he get this picture from? There's an Alabama in the back.
This is another picture of happy new parents of a baby boy. Some redneck kick in Alabama, okay? And no offense to Alabama. I love the school. I rock the hat every day of my life. Has just had a baby with a sex doll, and he looks really proud. He looks like a proud papa of a sex doll baby.
I mean, why are you bashing this guy's family? You know, all families matter here.
I guess you're right, bro. Who am I?
I think you're being too judgy here.
Who am I to bash this guy's fugazi family?
Dude, if you want to pump and dump a sex doll,
absolutely,
and then pretend it got pregnant and take photos of it with another baby doll, that is perfectly fine.
Can I just stop you? We got Ice Rose in the chat, who literally happens to be in Alabama.
I just texted her
as we speak. By the way, just want to point out, still haven't got my second batch of cookies yet. We'll leave that there. And well, that's what you're working with, Char, down there. So, I mean, if you're telling me it's there or California, what are we talking about? What are we talking about here?
Like, I don't really, I honestly, Jay, I'm uncomfortable with you judging these alternative lifestyles. I mean,
who do you think he's going to vote for, Ant?
oh, I think he's a Justin Amash voter. Oh wait, no, Justin Amash dropped out. Never mind.
Sweet mother of God. This world is so.
Jay, that video I sent to the chat, you got to screen share that one too.
Oh yeah, that's worth.
So I have a question for you. So hold on, Jay. While Jay gets the video ready, hey Greg, I just have a question. If you're driving around town, right, and say your plates are expired, because I'm assuming that's what happened. Say your plates are expired, and the officer.
Oh, that video. Yeah, okay, I remember that. That's pretty old, actually. That's been out for like a month.
Well, it's still funny as shit. So why don't you ruin it for me?
Okay.
Yeah, how dare you? How dare you, Spread?
But if the officer gave you a ticket for $80, would you just sign the ticket and then go pay the fine, or will you turn it into a fucking
but then I wouldn't
police
go
chase?
viral.
But are you gonna just pay the fucking $80 fine and move on with your life, or are you gonna turn it into a police chase and get arrested and charged with the felony?
Well, I mean, you sent me down that. You sent me down that rabbit hole one night of like people refusing to like
sovereign
talk
citizens?
to cops. Yeah,
sovereign citizens? Oh my God, dude.
Yeah, this lady was doing her best imitation of a sovereign citizen, and that cop said, "Fuck that noise." That's basically what happened.
Well, I mean, like, there's nothing better though than going down a YouTube rabbit hole of sovereign citizens. Oh, dude, it's like literally the best 3 hours you'll lose in your life.
All right, hold on. Let me get this video up. Share the audio for this.
What's in the background?
What?
Do you have your TV on in the background?
Oh, yeah.
Probably should turn that off.
All right, here we go. Is that big enough, that picture, or do I have to make it full screen?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. I can see it.
$. You have till September 16th to take care of this. Get you to sign there where the X is.
So you don't even give a warning for this?
You've been driving around for 6 months like that.
Not truthful.
Well,
6 months. That's expired tickets. Then. That's expired plates.
I don't want to sign it. I don't want to do $80.
You don't want to sign it?
No, because I don't think that I deserve to pay $80 for something that is fixable and I can fix it. Right. That's all you want to do.
Step out.
Twice.
Because you're under arrest. Step out.
I want everybody to pay attention to the noise this lady makes when she hits the ground.
They're in front of a church. Jay, that's a church. She's probably just got out of church.
What am I doing? I'm backing up. Why am I backing up?
That's a church in the background. They're in front of a church.
Oh, yeah.
She's probably like got out of choir practice.
The noise that this lady makes, bro, had me rolling.
Do not take off.
Shut up and give me that and I'll sign it.
Step out.
No.
We're beyond that.
You want
Step out.
Okay, bitch. This escalated quickly, didn't it?
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
Of course, she's going to pick up that.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car!
You better leave me.
Put your hands behind her!
Leave me alone. You're under arrest, bitch.
Here it comes, bro. Here comes the first one.
Kick them.
It's the second one, though. The second one got me, bro.
you will not. You're going to get it again.
She's squealing. I'm gonna stand up. No, you're not. She's
I could
honestly
watch it six. I could watch that 6 times.
Sit.
That's probably really mean, right? That I can watch that 6 times.
Well, I mean, it's an entitled bitch getting what's coming to her. How do you just
Oh,
go?
you settled down. How are you gonna talk about Karen like that, bro? Come on.
Well, dude, as a retired grocery store manager who was always the one who got called to the front to deal with belligerent customers, the number of Karens I've dealt with is more than I'd like to talk about. All right. There comes a certain point at time too when you just become dead inside, and the best part is like once you are at that level where you're dead inside, you don't care anymore. When you just kind of tell them off, like the look on their face when they realize that you're the manager and you basically just told them to go fuck themselves, it's pretty ecstatic. Probably some of the best moments of my life was basically telling Karens to go fuck themselves.
Yeah, you've been pretty good at that, Ant.
Oh yeah, like because people like argue with you over like shit that's like written out policy. It's like no, like they demand like at the customer service counter where we like because most grocery stores cash checks, right? We would only cash like government checks or paychecks, and people would just want us to cash their handwritten third-party checks. So we're like, we don't do that. And they're like people would actually come up. They know it's against our policy to cash the check, and we would get Karens come up, slap a handwritten check down, and say, "You will cash this check." And I'm like, "No, actually, no, I'm not. No, you will cash my check." No, I won't. Next. Like, I literally did that to a bitch. She's like, "You're going to cash this check." I look at it as a handwritten fucking check. I just set it down. I'm like, "We can't cash that check." She's like, "You will cash this check." And I just look.
She tried to use the force on you? Did she
No,
move
yeah,
her
she goes,
hand
"Oh,
while she did it?
no." She's like, "You will cash this check." And I just look behind her and I go, "Next." I'm like, "No, I'm not, bitch. Get the fuck out." They just like look dumbfounded, like, "Huh?" I'm like, "I don't care anymore. I've been doing this for 10 years. My soul's dead. I'm not placating you." Get the like, because they would. The only thing their only recourse was, "I'm going to call corporate. I'm going to call corporate right now." All corporate did was send the management team of the store an email saying, "This customer complained. This is the customer's information. Please reach out to them and resolve." Well, they're complaining about me because I told them no, basically go fucking off and suck my dick. And then the email about their complaint goes to me. So just like store management, it's like me and like 3 other managers in the store, right? So we're the ones who get the email. They're like, "This customer, please reach out to this customer and resolve the complaint that they had. Thank you." That's all Calling Corporate did was they just sent an email to the store management saying, "Hey, this customer complained about you." Guess who the complaint was? About the fucking store manager. Guess who's not going to give a shit about that fucking email?
You said
This
my
guy.
soul's
Oh yeah, dude. You can only get yelled at. Go on like a Reddit forum and be like customer service managers of Reddit. There's probably like forums where people just tell you horror stories of dealing with customers. Yeah, that all happened to me. I'm after like a year of customer service, you're dead inside. I did that shit for 10 fucking years. Oh yeah, I just because it comes a point when you realize you're not going to get fired. Like you can placate them, but then like there comes a light bulb goes off in your head. You're like, "Oh, wait a minute. I can literally just tell them to eat ass and get out of here and nothing's going to happen to me because I'm the fucking boss." And that's that. Well, how about that? No, eat ass, get the fuck out of here. Get out of my store, bitch. It was fucking amazing. Oh, it's the worst. Did I ever tell you about the time I had a fucking Karen screaming at me because we called the police to file a report because her 14-year-old daughter hit a car in the parking lot, and she was mad that we called the police because they tried to do a hit and run?
No, you didn't, Anthony.
Yeah, yeah, that happened. what happened was it was a family. It was a guy and his wife and their 14-year-old daughter. And they let their 14-year-old daughter drive the car because she had a free permit. She hit a car while parking. They back up and then park anyways and go inside the store and don't leave any information. But it's all on camera. And our employees are outside in the front on their fucking smoke break and to see the whole thing. So they come in to go, hey, Anthony, look up at the camera, see what they did. And I could see that they didn't do nothing. They didn't like fill out any insurance information. And then I could see that the other customers that they hit drove off. So it's like, well, we called the police to fill out a report. She flipped shit. She was cussing at me, yelling at me. She had her husband film it. So her husband's filming this interaction on the iPhone where she's screaming at me because we called them up front to let them know that we called the police to fill out a police report because they essentially did a hit and run. She's yelling at me, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I'm going to have your job. Yada, 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 yada. And I'm like looking at her. And at no point in my life have I ever actually come, because I don't get into fights. I'm not a violent person. But I would say this is the closest I ever came, especially my adult life. Because, when you're a teenager, you get into fights when you're a kid, but that's because teenagers are idiots. This is the one time in my adult life where I was assessing my risk management. Here, I'm like looking at her husband, trying to figure out can I take him? Because I really want to absolutely annihilate this bitch right now. And I'm about to fucking beat the shit out of this woman. Because the level of insanity that was going on. She was in full Karen mode. And I'm looking at the guy and I'm like, oh, he's a super cuck. There's like not a chance in hell he can fucking lift a finger. He is cucked by this bitch like nobody's business. And he looks like a total pussy. So I'm thinking to myself, I think I could just take her out right now. I will lose my job, but I'm okay with that at this moment. But fortunately, before that happened, the police officer showed up and she just then focused all her rage on the cop.
Is there video? Is there video on that Joe Biden thing?
Yeah.
Dude, it was a fucking Breakfast Club interview. Of course there's video. There's like, search it for 2 seconds on Twitter. You'll find like 15 different videos of it.
I mean, I'm looking at the fucking the hashtag, right?
Yeah.
I don't see the video.
I mean, I don't know how you cannot find the video. I mean, the video is pretty easy to find.
Well, here, you want to find it and send it to him?
Yeah, here. I'll send it right now.
I'm looking at the Joe Biden's a racist hashtag, and I can't even find it.
I just sent you the video. I just sent you the video.
I just saw a funny one where they photoshopped cornrows on his head.
God bless the internet.
Ice Rose, how are you, dear?
Hold on, I can't hear you guys. Give me 1 second.
You suck.
I want to know what she thinks about you, Jay, fucking shaming that Alabama guy for fucking the sex doll.
Listen, bro. Tell me if you could still hear this.
You can't do that to black media. I can't do that to white media and black media because my wife has to go on at 6 o'clock. Okay. Oh, I'm in trouble. Listen, you got to come see us when you come to New York, VP Biden. I will. It's a long way until November. We got more questions. You got more questions, but I tell you, if you have a problem figuring out whether you're for me or Trump, and you ain't black. It don't have nothing to do with Trump. It has to do with the fact.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ.
Stop screen sharing our private conversations, dude. Jesus Christ.
Sorry.
Holy fuck, dude. Turn the screen share off before you leave the video. God damn. It's like you never used the internet before.
Yeah, I know, bro. I'm bad.
You. God damn. God damn, you fucking guinea. All right.
So, Ant,
how is Did Bitcoin crash? Are we still above 9,000?
No, it went back up. It jumped down to 88. That's when
That is like the most random segue. Like,
it
I
jumped
saw
down to
because I
88 and it's
saw
back
the-
up to 92. I think last time.
it's at
I checked.
92.50
okay.
right now. I just
Yeah.
looked it up on my
All right.
app.
I saw last price 84.89.
Yeah,
Like,
it dumped.
wait, what?
It dumped all night. It jumped to
Bitcoin.
88. Ant said we should buy some more. Then dropped to 84 or something, and then
I
time
have a
woke up, it was
feeling.
back.
I think the bottom is in, but I think that we can definitely see a sub 8,000 Bitcoin before we go up, based on all the research that I've seen on the internet. A lot of people that are really trusted think that we probably dip slightly below 8,000 before we take off. So
Yeah.
I think you can probably get a better price than 88.
Yeah, it's like 10% moves in Bitcoin are like 7-point runs in the NBA. They're like really common.
Yeah, it's
It's
crazy.
all over the place. Yeah. And
Bro,
I was
Mike
going to ask
Tyson-
you. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead
Oh.
about Bitcoin. Go ahead.
It wasn't about Bitcoin. I was going to switch it. Did you guys see that Dak Prescott wants $45 million in his last year?
Stop.
Hold on, wait a minute. Elaborate, please.
See, supposedly he turned down some, what was it, 5 years? Like it would have been $35 million a year. And he said no because he wants $45 million in his last year of a 5-year deal.
He's not that good.
I know, isn't that insane?
Like, why? He's a 500. He's a career 500 quarterback, and he's like slightly above average.
Yeah, I know. It's just wild that he expects that much money.
I mean, I wish I could have the hubris to turn down 5 years, 35 million a year.
130. Yeah, it's 35 a year. So it's like 5. I don't know what the exact number was, but it was pretty high.
That is absurd.
Yeah.
I mean, that would
Mike
be
Tyson is not fucking around. He's actually gonna fight.
Against Shannon Briggs?
They wanted him to fight some guy that's like a 7-0 record, but is like a bartender too. And Mike Tyson was like, I don't want to fight that guy. I want to fight like somebody real. I would love to see Briggs, but if Evander Holyfield put a video out and said that he's coming back, I think they're going to try to make Holyfield Tyson 3. Yeah, and then Lennox Lewis puts out a video, says like I'm 54 and then I'm training or something. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, these guys are not good at saving their money. Holyfield was one of the worst.
Evander Holyfield.
worst.
Didn't he spend like $100 million on a mansion that's basically like the size of a hotel in like Georgia?
Yeah, it's huge.
If Mike Tyson,
Like, how do you sell that?
If Mike Tyson has any kind of stamina, any kind of sustained wind, where he could actually box 10 rounds and be okay, he is going to run through 85% of the heavyweights.
Yeah, but he didn't even have that when he was fighting.
Yeah, I mean, how many times was he really tested though?
Barely any.
Lewis
your
and
liberal
Holyfield,
internet
right?
is killing us, dude.
What does that mean?
You are more pixelated than Japanese porn.
Did you say your liberal internet?
Yeah, that liberal Jersey internet of his is fucking killing me.
I mean, I can't. If you knew what's going on right now, like not only did I just buy $150 router, right? I bought a 60-foot Ethernet cable into a Thunderbolt 3 adapter to go. I am directly connected into the feed right now. I mean,
I think it's just Jersey's got the bad internet. Just like you guys got that bad public policy, you know?
Because look at how clear my camera is now, right? It's when it's okay.
Clear. I just said you look like a Japanese porn.
No, but I mean, like, it's crystal clear.
The reason why
Remember how I would, even when it would be clear, I would look foggy, right? I would like look not right.
Well,
now
I
it's
never
like
think you look
crystal
right.
clear.
But,
Hold on, I'm going to
I
disconnect.
I never think you look that right, Jay. Let's just be honest.
Ant, do you ever go on to Reddit?
Every now and again. Why, you got anything interesting?
I'll pull it up and see if I can find anything good. Hey, what's
All
up?
right. So I got I came across a communist article today from Vox.com. Now, if you're aware of Vox, they're just a bunch of goddamn liberal rag, but I thought it was kind of interesting. So it says here, the headline is America too libertarian to deal with the coronavirus? Because apparently liking freedom and personal liberties means we can't handle a pandemic. So just reading this article, America's public health experts are working hard to map out a plan to combat the coronavirus, blah, 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 blah. While the plans differ, nearly all of them rely on some combination of surveillance, mass testing, isolation, and contact tracing, i.e., communism. Many of them point to countries like Singapore, communist, South Korea, fucking commies, and Germany, they're goddamn Nazis, as examples of how to intelligently respond to the pandemic. But what if the successful strategies of those countries just won't work in America? Well, we like freedom around here. The question was posed by Keith Humphreys, a Stanford University professor who works on blah, 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 blah. The guy's really smart, and he's at Stanford. So Mr. Humphreys' basic claim is that any plan we adopt, no matter how wise, is useless without widespread political consent from the American citizens. And the obsession with individual liberties in America, they write that as if liking individual liberties is a bad thing. I mean, I don't know. I like not having communism. And the obsession with individual liberties in America, coupled with the general distrust of government, because the government's fucking incompetent, poses an enormous challenge to even the best conceivable plan. And then the author talks about how he spoke with Mr. Humphreys about this. And then it's just a back and forth question and answer segment in the column. But basically, it just comes down to yada, yada, yada. So, blah, 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 blah. So, what do you think of that, Greg? Because I want to ask Greg because I think Greg's smarter than Jay.
Oh,
Jay's
no.
Jay's from Jersey, and we all know how them Jersey guineas are idiots. So, Greg, do you think the United States is probably too libertarian to successfully handle a pandemic? What do you think of that thesis?
Well, I mean, I guess it has a slight amount of merit. There is going to be some sort of backlash if they attempt to do all those like certificates or whatever. Did you see all that stuff? But I don't even know if that's true. I assume that's like fear mongering.
Sounds like more communism to me. Well, I thought it was an interesting.
I'll bet you. I'll bet you, Shariah will have a better opinion than me. What do you think, Shariah? Is your mic working now, or are you just smiling?
She looks stoned.
Yeah, have you guys been drinking out there in Alabama?
I am not.
Oh.
Yes.
You've been drinking?
Oh. He's like oh.
That backwoods internet is about as good as mine, huh?
Yeah, I think it's even worse down south.
So
I'm sorry.
So, Jay, do you have any idea? Do you have any commentary to give on that thesis? Is the United States too libertarian to successfully handle a pandemic? In the article, the guy also basically winds up saying it kind of doesn't really matter if you had Trump or someone more competent in charge, because you're not going to change the collective political, because you're really not going to change the overall political zeitgeist of the country, whether it's Trump or Biden. There's just the individual liberty opinion among the Americans in this country is just great.
before I get to that, whose house are you in down there in Alabama? Because that looks like a nice crib.
I don't.
Well, what's his basis, Ant?
I'm a
What's his basis for the opinion?
Well,
Your best friend, it's a nice house.
well, you look at God. I got to read all of this commie bullshit this guy says. All right, fine. All right. So the guy asks, "Can you?" He asks Keith Humphreys. Keith Humphreys is the professor from Stanford who laid out this opinion. So the article writer asks, "Lay out America's political cultural problem for me. Why are you worried that we cannot deal with this pandemic the way other countries have?" And he says, "Well, I think we're different from other democracies that have handled this well in our long-term resistance to the growth of the state in general, but also in the domain of health. Why is it that every other developed country has government guaranteed health care? We do not. The obvious reason is that there's an instinctive aversion to government power in the DNA of America. This is the only major democracy in which a huge number of people have fought to prevent government guarantee of health care for all citizens. This aversion is especially potent now, but it goes back to the very beginning of the country, a country founded by people who lived in fear of a king. Our Constitution was set up with checks and balances out of fear of power of the state, and that libertarian streak is still with us through everything, and it applies to the domain of public health as well."
I don't know. Sounds like a bunch of bullshit.
Sounds like a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, it sounds like commie bullshit to me. And I think, honestly, I don't think there's any pandemic to fucking handle anyways, because we all know it's a government hoax.
Five doctors in the hospital right by me died in the last month. And it
Five
wasn't even
fake
on the
doctors.
news. It wasn't even on like the news around
I
here
saw a
either.
couple there, and one of them was really sad. The guy was scheduled to retire, and he decided to push his retirement back to help out.
Scheduled to retire, but then he died. Sounds like a 1980s action movie trope where the police officer's like, I'm going to retire. I'm 3 days from retirement. And then blam, 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 blam. He's fucking killed in a drive-by. And then his partner's like, I'm
Alanis
just a
Morissette
business
did
jet.
a song.
Like, let's be honest, guys. It's all bullshit. COVID is a lie. Everyone.
What'd you say, Shar?
Alanis Morissette made a song about that.
I think she's drunk.
Yeah.
I think it's the connection, really.
Can you guys even hear me?
Barely.
Yeah,
Really?
you go
headphones, do you?
in and out.
Oh.
So Becky from Full House pleaded guilty today.
What the fuck is that all about, too? She pleaded guilty to what? Getting her kid into college?
Fraud.
Bribery, right?
Fraud and bribery to get your kid into college. If she wants to waste $300,000 to get her kid into college, then let her waste $300,000 to get her kid into fucking college.
She pled guilty on a Zoom video chat. I mean, that's just the bottom of the fucking barrel right there.
Well, it could be worse. It could be a StreamYard video chat posted on YouTube.
Have you tried Zoom?
No, I haven't. No,
I like StreamYard better.
No, wait, I've done Zoom. Yeah. Not like for this, but because Zoom has been around for a long time. Like we used to do conference calls over Zoom at my old job.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, like when I was in that horrible grocery store management, yeah, like most of our conference calls were, a lot of them, I think there were Zoom calls.
I think Google has something similar to Hangouts now. It's like Google Meeting or something like that. I
Sounds
used it
terrible.
the other
I
day.
don't want to deal with meetings either.
Yeah, I used it the other day.
Well, that's one reason why I don't like the idea of getting on a Zoom call, because it's going to give me like fucking PTSD from having to do fucking hour-long conference call meetings at my old job where we just all listen to the regional director drone on and on and on about fucking profit and loss statements. Because that's...
Did you ever do ant rants during the meetings?
No, I shut the fuck up unless they unless they called on my store to answer questions about our P&L statement.
And then would you rant then?
No, I answered the question.
That's too bad.
Fucking work, dude. Like it was a business environment. I had to wear a tie and everything. It was fucking terrible. I hated life.
Why? Twatty Latte in the house. Mr. New in town. What's up, buddy?
Hi, Jay.
Matt.
Why are you bundled up like a big old grizzly bear? It's hot out.
You know why, Twatty? Because like when I get in my comfort zone, like this is like my oldest T-shirt. It's probably got like 2 stains on it. I got my hat on.
Nice.
I'm in total comfort mode, bro.
Nice. I got my sweats on myself.
Matt.
Nice.
Exactly.
What, Ant?
I need to know what you think, buddy. You can't just come into the show when we let it off with 20 minutes of Joe Biden. What do you think? How about that, buddy?
About what?
The comments Joe Biden
I bet
made
you
this morning.
Twatty's not going to know either because he's like me.
You
Like,
don't think
he's not-
Twatty
he
watches
probably
the Breakfast Club every morning?
he probably doesn't have a
every
fucking
morning.
clue.
I bet you
Charlemagne
Twatty
the
turned it
God.
off when
No, you
Tekashi
guys don't
69
understand.
wasn't on there.
You guys don't understand. Matt and I have had many private conversations, and he said Charlemagne the God is his favorite political commentator.
Yeah.
I actually,
yeah?
I
And
can't
the
stand
Breakfast Club is appointment viewing for him every morning before he gets into his MLB cap. What was that?
No, I mean, what he said is, it's typical Joe Biden. Obviously, he's an older fella, but I like him.
He's an older fella.
You know, I like Biden, and that's clearly who I'll be voting for. But yeah, he's a little senile.
Here you go, D Money. I just finished the cup.
Oh, so Twatty, do you know what happened? Because if you don't, I'll play the video for you.
Yeah.
Play the video again. I can't get enough of it. But make sure you don't fucking play.
He
our
says it
goddamn
pretty
comment.
authoritatively too. He's not screwing around. It's almost like that was like a.
What is
What
that
do you
bird?
What is that?
Here, Twatty, watch this.
I saw it.
I
Oh,
got
you
a turkey.
saw it. Oh, okay.
You know, get that much. That's really hard time.
All right, I got you. You saw it. I don't know what else is going on. I'm going to check the
I'll be right
Google.
back, guys.
Why are there 3 flavors of Ben and Jerry's right now trending on Twitter?
I don't
Cherry
know.
Garcia. Well, Cherry Garcia is the best one.
Half baked Cherry Garcia, Chunky Monkey. What's happening right now?
American Dream. They're all
Ice and
American
Rose.
Dream. That's another one.
That's another one.
American Dream. Yeah, that's the one with Steve Carell.
Oh
in the front.
yeah. Gas station sushi in the house.
Nice.
Guy. What's up? D
All right.
Money. What's up, boys?
You ready for another
What's up, guys?
Florida man story, Jason?
Oh yeah, you got more stories.
Yeah, from Tampa, Florida, 19 hours ago. A Florida man accused of coughing on and spitting at police officers while claiming to be infected with the coronavirus was indicted on federal terrorism charges today. A federal grand jury in Tampa returned an indictment Wednesday charging James Jamal Curry, 31, with perpetrating a biological weapon hoax, according to court records. He had previously been charged by criminal complaint last month. He faced up to federal prison if convicted. Curry's attorney, Samuel Landis, said in an email that prosecutors are stretching a law meant for terrorists to cover a run-of-the-mill police encounter. The United States Attorney's position in this case would make each of the millions of COVID-19 patients in possession of a biological weapon, Landis said. I kind of have to agree with the defense attorney here. St. Petersburg police officers responded to a domestic violence call involving Curry on March 27th, according to court documents. During his arrest, Curry declared that he was infected with COVID-19 and coughed on an officer's arm. Curry bonded out of jail the following day, and police were later called to the same residence where Curry had been arrested the day earlier. So this guy's going back for more. During his second arrest, Curry spit on the police officer multiple times, hitting the inside of her mouth with blood-filled saliva. That's pretty fucking disgusting. I know if there's one thing that's going to make my day a bad day, it's getting spit on with blood-filled saliva inside my mouth from someone who says they have a contagious disease. That would really put a damper on my day. I might have to cancel my dinner plans if that happened to me. Curry again claimed to have coronavirus, laughed, and announced that he was going to spread the virus around. Law enforcement obtained a warrant to test him, and he tested negative for COVID-19. And that's the end of the article. And my question is, how can you be charged with perpetrating a biological weapon hoax when it turns out you never had the biological weapon because you were negative the whole time?
I got nothing there.
It's considered a terrorist.
Is that terrorism? Or is it just dipshittery? Obviously, the guy should be arrested
I mean, I
and thrown in
think
jail.
Democrats are terrorists. So and do you ever read anything happy?
No,
Like, we
it's
get-
a
Never.
fucking.
I mean,
is
he is.
But it's like,
yeah,
ew.
he's such a miserable motherfucker, isn't he?
I thought that story was pretty
Oh,
fucking funny, to be honest with you. The guy is
It's not
going
funny.
around getting.
I would fucking flip.
He didn't
It's
even
not
have
if
the
anybody
COVID
spit in
19.
my mouth.
No,
It doesn't matter. I don't care.
that
Everybody
ruined her
spits
day.
on me. Okay, I'm Greek. I will cut you in your esophagus. You don't spit on me. What's the matter with you?
That's exactly right. Your day probably. I just said her day was probably ruined. If that happened to me, I would have to cancel my dinner plans because I would be so upset.
My day would
She
not
said-
be ruined because they would be dead. Their day would be ruined.
I will cut you in your esophagus, huh?
Yes, spitting is vile.
No, it's pretty gross.
Sweet mother of God.
All right, top 100 baseball player of all time. Number 100 is a shortstop. Who is he?
I don't know. Derek Jeter,
Best defensive shortstop of all time.
Ozzie
Mike
Guillen.
Schmidt.
Ozzie Smith. Very nice, Ant.
Fuck you.
You say
man.
Mike Schmidt, wrong position.
All right.
I said
It's me.
Ozzie Guillen, but I was
It's
thinking
me
Ozzie Smith.
talking baseball, bro. Come on.
Let's see if I can get another one here. One that Jay can get.
Well,
The 92nd best player has a son in the big leagues right now.
Cecil
Craig
Fielder.
Biggio.
No.
Oh, Vlad Guerrero.
Has
Vlad
a-
Guerrero.
Duh. I mean, you why would you
Don't
say
dumb me.
Cecil Fielder? Cecil Fielder doesn't have a
don't you dub me when we're
Why would you
talking
say
about
Cecil Fielder? First of all, Cecil Fielder is
Bro,
top
okay.
100. No.
Because
I want to analyze Jay's dumb fuck.
because
answer.
maybe why can't Prince make a comeback? I mean,
Well,
maybe he's making
no,
a comeback. Maybe he's
Jay,
bringing it back.
Cecil Fielder is not a top 100 player of all time, and Prince Fielder hasn't been in the league for like 4 fucking years.
Well, I said maybe he's making it. Why can't he make a comeback?
All right, number 86 is Mr. October.
Oh, Reggie Jackson.
You knew that one though, Jay, right?
Yeah, that one I knew. Yeah.
Well, he says that now after I gave
No,
him the answer.
I think he knew that one.
No, Jay
Number-
didn't.
Yeah, everyone knows that.
Yeah,
one.
bro. Come on. I live in Jersey. Fucking
Yeah.
40 minutes from the stadium. Yeah, of course I knew
Who's
that.
known as Mr. November?
Jeter.
Derek Jeter.
Nice. Very
Now,
nice.
why is Derek Jeter known as Mr. November?
Because
Oh, I know.
it wasn't until the
Because-
90s World Series
Yeah,
went that way.
exactly. Yeah, it was like I think it was extra inning games, right? I'm not sure. I think it was a World Series game, had to be because of the date, and like the clock struck midnight, and like a minute later, like
It was
he hit
September
a bomb, right?
11th. September 11th delayed the season like a week. So
Yes,
it pushed the World
right.
Series back, but then you had the thing. But the funny thing is he got nicknamed Mr. November, but they lost that World Series to the Arizona Diamondbacks.
Oh, Randy
Okay,
Johnson balled
who-
out.
Which player is known for drinking a 30-pack on the team flights?
Wade Boggs.
Nice spread. Very
Well,
nice.
you know that had to be like somebody white with like a handlebar mustache because a 30 only white trash beer gets sold in 30 packs. Like it's either
he was my
Like, no,
favorite player.
no, it's either PBR or Bush
Yeah.
Light or fucking Miller High Life. That's like it. That's the only thing you can get in a 30 pack. It's like, hey, white trash beer. So obviously the answer is Wade Boggs because it has to be somebody white with that fucking porn stash from the 70s or 80s. That's totally going to be Wade Boggs.
Anyway, great answer, Spread. Did you know that, Ed?
Oh, you said 30 pack. I was thinking maybe Wade Boggs, but I was also starting to try and think of like other guys who looked white trash.
Like George Brett.
Yeah,
Okay,
like George Brett. That's another one that I
here's
can like
one.
totally see. I'm like, Wade Boggs. Well, first of all, we're talking 30 packs of beer on the team playing. That's definitely something people did in the 80s or 90s. They don't do that now. So I was like thinking trashy white guys from the 80s or 90s. So yeah, it's like Wade Boggs, George Brett, circling around my head, and you said it.
Okay, so this guy hit over 600 homers during the steroid era, but somehow made it out of the steroid era without getting caught or suspected.
Oh, Jim Thome.
Nice.
Oh, that's good.
Well, that's because since Jim Thome is white,
Jesus.
we get to call him
here,
no. Since he's white, we get to call him Country Strong. But
Yeah,
Sammy Sosa's black, so we get to call him a fucking cheater.
Okay, number 70, known as the best closer of all time.
Mariano Rivera.
Nice.
Like, I personally think he should have more than one pitch to be the best of anything. But okay, yeah, Mariano
They
Rivera.
didn't have closers for the first 60 years of baseball, right? I mean, closers are invention of the 80s, right?
Yeah.
This guy died of mouth cancer.
Tony Gwynn.
Nice.
Ooh, good one.
That's not good. It's terrible.
Well, I mean, just a quick answer. I would have came up with it, but you were quicker.
Well, it happened like 5 years ago, so it's not like something that's like lost in the
Hey, let me throw another one in there. Did you know what he was hitting the year that they had the strike?
They're like 394, 391.
Yeah, he could have hit 400 that year. That was a close.
Yeah, would Tony Gwynn be a superstar in nowadays MLB? Because he didn't hit for power. It was just like, oh, just do a little slap hit here, a little slap hit there.
Get on base all the time.
Yeah, but like no one gives a shit about that anymore. They just want walks and home runs. They just want true outcomes now.
Well, he would have done well. So.
This guy's known for saying, "Let's play two."
Ernie Banks.
Nice spread. Nice, very nice. These aren't that easy. I'm just going off like hints that I would know.
Ernie Banks is the easy one.
This guy played at Auburn with Bo Jackson.
Charles Barkley. It is the same time though, right? He was at Auburn around the same time.
Hold on. If he played at Auburn with Joe Jackson, so he went in the 80s, so he's not like a super old player. I don't know.
I thought you guys would get this one.
I don't know players fucking where they play.
I think he does Cialis commercials now or something. Nothing?
I don't watch commercials, dude. It's
Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas.
Oh no, he does. It's not Cialis though. It's some testosterone booster. Those commercials are funny. I know what you're talking about.
I don't know. Like any guy who does a dick pill commercials, probably just I lose respect for.
Okay, this guy was.
And how much would you do a dick pill commercial for though?
No, but here's the thing. All right, how do you know
$1 million for the commercial? You'd be up there, right? Like,
but they're all bullshit.
With the Sports Keg,
no.
Viagra last night. Like,
no. Think about it like this though. How do you know all dick enlarging pills are bullshit? Here's how. Because doctors are prescribing them.
No, but those pills are the ones to keep you up, not make you bigger. Right?
Jimmy Johnson had the extends.
Oh,
which is like, I'm gonna. Yeah, they're all bullshit though.
They said go long. It's like hilarious, and he like.
Yeah. But think about it though. If they were a real thing, right? You go to your doctor because you got heart problems, right? and your doctor's like, all right, let me write you out a prescription for anti-cholesterol bullshit. And you want the dick enlarging pills, right? I'm going to write you out a prescription for that. Oh, doctor, I didn't ask you for that. Oh, I just assumed you want the dick pills. So here's your cholesterol meds, and here's the prescription for your dick pills, and here you go. And that's every single visit to the doctor's office from every single guy forever. If dick pills were like a legitimate thing. So that's how you know they're all bullshit. You know, like I went to the doctor for a fucking ear infection. All I got was a script for antibiotics. I didn't get a dick pill script. So I'm pretty sure dick pills are bullshit. All right, go ahead, Matt.
Okay, known to have played the Green Monster better than anybody.
Some random Boston Red Sox.
Manny Ramirez.
No.
Manny Ramirez did not play better. Manny Ramirez was a hitter.
Thank you.
Hey, but at least he got a left fielder for the Red Sox. Yastrzemski, yes. Very nice. Let's see. Second baseman, part of the Big Red Machine.
Joe Morgan.
Yes. Maybe had the best season of any pitcher. Well, statistically, they say he pitched the best season of all time.
Sandy Koufax.
No.
Greg Maddux.
No.
Hey, I have Sandy Koufax.
Those were like
I have a Sandy Koufax rookie card, Twatty. Is it worth anything?
Oh, yeah, it is.
Hold on. Statistically, Bob Gibson.
No.
Wasn't he the guy who there was the reason why they lowered the mound?
Yes, he was.
Clayton Kershaw?
No. But you guys have named all the ones that like have had the top 5 other than this guy.
Oh, really? Then who is it?
Here's what his season was. He took home the Triple Crown honors, and I can't tell you the year. He went 23-4 with a 2.07 and 313 strikeouts.
Is it Nolan Ryan?
No, he never went 23-4.
Yeah,
What's
you're right.
the
He has played
guy?
on 15.
J.R. Richards.
Oh my God! Is it Randy Johnson?
No. Same time period.
Pedro Martinez.
Yes.
Wow, I wouldn't have got that. I could have guessed for like an hour. I wouldn't have put him.
Well, same time period. Randy Johnson. That's definitely Pedro Martinez.
Yeah.
Well, Pedro Martinez was good at throwing baseballs. That's definitely a fact.
And he was good at beating up 80-year-old men too.
Who was the hitter?
Well, hold on. Let's back that one up a minute. All right. Don Zimmer deserved what he fucking got.
Oh my God, Dan.
What the fuck are you doing?
Only you would take the side of that young man versus the 80-year-old.
You want to talk about a brutal take?
A brutal take, my ass. It's a fucking brawl. Pedro Martinez is just standing there minding his own business because no one's attacking Pedro Martinez because he's Pedro fucking Martinez. You don't attack him. He's the greatest pitcher in the league at the moment. Don Zimmer comes rushing out. No. Don Zimmer, he comes rushing out, and what does he do? He attacks Pedro Martinez. Pedro Martinez didn't even do nothing. He just said, "Olé, bitch." And Don Zimmer fell down because he's 80. You got what you deserve. You know what I'm going to do when I'm 80? That's what I'm going to do when I'm 80.
We've already been over this.
Yeah. Well, heroin, yeah. You know what I'm not going to do when I'm 80? I'm not going to run towards and try to attack world-class athletes when I'm 80 fucking years old.
That's what you say now. Wait till you spike one in your vein. You might change your mind.
You spike heroin in your veins. You just sit down and sleep, dude. What the fuck? When I am 80 years old, if I see a brawl going on, I'm sitting my ass down and just going, yep.
Ronnie Lofton says, sometimes I don't unmute till I see Ant's lips stop moving. Is that wrong?
Well, excuse me, but like somebody has to have an interesting take here, you know? But like, come on, how am I wrong? Explain to me how I'm wrong on this take. Go watch the tape. Dom Zimmer attacked Pedro.
I want Twatty
to all the way. He just said, all the way, and
I
Dom
want
fell.
Twatty to explain to me. Do I gotta mute him on the fucking Talking About Stuff network?
Yeah, no.
I want to know. I want to know how much my fucking Sandy Koufax rookie card's worth, Twatty.
Well, I mean, it depends on condition, but it could be anywhere from 15 grand if it's gem mint down to nothing if it's been pissed on. So.
Hey, if you want to hear an Ice Rose rant,
right.
we'll read this question. You guys ready for an Ice Rose rant? It's an outrage that none of the Astros players were punished for the sign stealing scandal. Am I crazy or what? What do you think?
Seth had an interesting take on that.
Here's my
They weren't punished at all. They weren't punished at all, really.
Yeah, see, I
the
think
public humiliation
Seth
and lifelong label is not punishing whatsoever.
They even got the.
They don't get fucking shit thrown on every single day.
You know what's bullshit? They even got the skirt out of the punishment the players are going to dole them out because of the COVID-19 thing. I right now should be watching fucking Jose Altuve dodging a 99-mile-an-hour fastball. But instead, these sons of bitches.
Okay, first of all, some glorious bastard on Twitter actually watched every single fucking Astros game and clocked every single time they hit that trash can. Guess which motherfucking player did not even use the trash can system? Altuve.
Because he had a buzzer. Because he had a buzzer on. He was getting buzzed.
He did not have a fucking buzzer.
You tell me how a dude is 5'2" is a goddamn league MVP without cheating. How the fuck is the guy 5'2" blasting bombs and winning the goddamn MVP if he ain't cheating? I'm sorry. 5'2" motherfuckers don't win MVPs without cheating.
But I'm going to use this as an example. Who's that midget basketball player? Who's the short basketball player? Muggsy Bogues? No, who was it? Charles Barkley? I'm not.
Muggsy Bogues.
NBA. Gregory, you're NBA. Who's really short basketball?
Muggsy Bogues was the one you're thinking.
I don't know how the fuck did he get so good. Oh yeah, if you're short, you can't be that good at baseball.
Muggsy Bogues averaged 2 points and 1 assist a game. I don't think he's that good.
What were Altuve's stats prior to that?
Jose Altuve's cheating his way to MVP.
Look at his stats. Was he a good baseball player before that? And you're like, no, there's no way he could be that good. Oh, my screen went on. There, it's off.
Altuve cheated his way to that MVP, and you know it.
Twatty, what do you think about the fact that?
Guess what, Ant? Guess what? They still won.
Twatty, I was talking to Seth. And
no, this
Seth
is me right now. Because, see, I was a Kings fan. Shh, hold on. I was a Kings fan until the Lakers legit fucking robbed their asses. And then it's okay. So how about you guys?
She sounds like
she
sounds like the person like when you order food from a drive-through that's really fucked up.
I just ripped a massive fart.
You have
that's
absolutely
what I think of her opinion on the Astros.
You have absolutely no idea what she's saying, right? So Twatty, Seth was saying that he thinks that they held off.
Oh, that fart I just ripped is really raunchy. I'm going to go get another beer, and hopefully this airs out.
All right, you get that back. Twatty, so Seth was saying that he thought that they held off on the suspension because they were probably going on strike because they probably aren't going to reach an agreement next season. And he thought that it was a possibility that they enforce something after the possibility of a strike. What do you think about that?
Hey, I'll never, I'm not going to shit on any man's opinion. And there's maybe some facts there, but I'm not a conspiracy guy at all. I mean, they came out, they fucked it up. They didn't give the players what they should have gotten, and now they can't backtrack because if they backtrack, they look like they fucked it up. You know what I mean? So they're just going to let it slide. But my position is real simple. If you can steal somebody's signs, I don't give a shit how you can do it without technology. if you got someone in the stands, or you got fucking players on the field, or you got a guy who can read the third baseman signs, I don't care. That's all part of the game. But as soon as you bring technology into it, I think there's nothing.
So you're saying if they were hitting the trash can, you're good with it. But if Altuve
because they use technology. They were feeding that down through technology. So no, I'm
All
not.
they're doing is adapting with the time.
So I'm not cool with that.
Like, what? Was it? I'm sorry, I disagree with that. It's like, how dare they keep times? Okay, first of all, baseball is about cheating. Like, it really is. Like, you try and figure out how to fucking figure out what the pitcher's going to throw. Like, that's one option, right? Or let's put, different substances on her hands, or let's do all kinds of different shit with the file in her hat. Oh, I'm cutting out again.
Yeah, I was about to say, speaking of catching up with
I should probably just go.
No, I was like, speaking of catching up with the time,
when we get off track.
maybe Alabama's internet needs to catch up with the times.
I am standing in the garage with a bunch of chickens.
Oh my god!
Wait, like live chickens?
Yeah. She was telling me that she probably had like fresh eggs.
Are you coming back to Sacramento? Because your internet connection was way better when you were in Sacramento. I think we lost her.
Yeah, I think we lost her.
Yes, I will be.
All right, so we only got 42 more players. Come on.
Right.
Oh,
Oh my god!
No, and I won't do them all, but I'm actually impressed with everybody.
Yeah, let me see how long I keep going.
This guy died in a plane crash, number 42. Nice.
Like, how are you even going to be like, oh, this guy died in a plane crash? Come
wait,
on.
I was, what was the answer? I was going to say Thurman Munson.
Yeah,
Thurman Munson did too, but Munson's not on this list.
Oh, wait, how many fucking guys died in a plane? Thurman Munson, Roberto Clemente, and Roy Halladay?
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, stay out of fucking plane crashes.
Who's known as Lefty?
Phil Mickelson.
I don't know.
Duh.
That's accurate. That's accurate.
Like,
Nothing?
How
I don't know that one.
That lefty? You mean like 20% of all the pitchers in the league?
That's his nickname, though, Lefty. And
Lefty O'Doul?
Was it some son of a bitch from like 1905 when Lefty?
No, Steve Carlton. Thought you guys would know that one.
Why would I know Steve Carlton's fucking nickname was Lefty?
He had a brother that played in the major leagues and a father who played in the major leagues.
What team did this? Was Carlton on that 86 Mets team?
Who?
No, he's older than that, isn't he?
No, he was on the 60. Was he on the Mets team that
Carlton was never on the Mets.
No, he was like on the. Was he on the Reds when they were?
He's the Reds and Phillies, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this guy's brother and father played in the big leagues.
Phil Niekro?
And
Phil Niekro.
He's a Hall of Famer. And
Ken Griffey?
And
his brother didn't play. His dad.
He's known as the Iron Man. I had to give you that.
Oh, Cal Ripken Jr.
Yeah.
Why do you got to bring that up, though? That's a pot shot at Billy Ripken. Right.
What? He played?
Yeah, you don't want to bring up the fact that Billy
he's
Ripken,
known as Charlie Hustle.
Bro, look, we all know who Charlie Hustle is. Let's go back to the fact that you're talking shit on Billy Ripken. Why do you got to bring up those open boots?
All I said was he was in the majors.
He played.
Why do you hate Billy Ripken so much?
No, but I'm like, the guy played 15 games in the major leagues, and his brother's like one of the all-time greats who played like for 10 fucking years in a row. And we're just going to Billy Ripken doesn't want to be reminded that he was kind of in the majors. He just wants to fall back into anonymity and live off of his brother.
All right, he's known as the best defensive catcher of all time.
Johnny Bench.
Nice. Point for Jay.
Nice.
Point for Jay. Very nice.
You know, I always think best defensive catcher is like a backhanded compliment because it just says, oh, this guy can't hit for shit.
Known as the best, well,
what do you think?
Known for a while as the best third baseman ever. Maybe he's not now, but
Mike Schmidt.
yes.
Well, I have a question though. Taking it back to that best defensive catcher thing, what is your opinion on when we wind up having robot umpires calling balls and strikes, which is basically going to completely eliminate the skill of pitch framing?
I get nothing.
You got nothing?
It's better than the alternative. I mean, did you ever buy a ticket like, I can't wait to go watch this guy frame pitches?
I look at it like this. I'm a diehard Cubs fan, and Wilson Contreras is a great hitter, and he's got a great arm, but he's one of the 3 worst catchers in the league at pitch framing. So if pitch framing becomes obsolete because we got robot umps, as a Cubs fan whose star catcher can't frame for fucking shit, I'm kind of happy. Because now it's like, oh, wait a minute.
It's not a reason you would go to the park.
Yeah, well, he could pick guys off, right? Like, he's got a great arm. He could pick you off first base. I mean, he's got like 5 pickoffs a year off of first. And he's got a bat like a boom. He blasts them home runs. He's a great player, except he can't frame pitches for shit. So my opinion on that is, fuck pitch framing. It's a fucking bitch-ass skill anyways. And let's just actually have the pitches stand for themselves. Bring on the robot umps. Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, we're on number 26, known as the best leadoff hitter of all time.
Ricky Henderson.
Yes.
And if it's not him, I would get mad.
And here's another thing, all right? Have you guys... Well,
wait,
yeah.
Ricky Henderson is the 26th best player in MLB history.
If you look at his analytics, and that may be high, and that may be low.
Yeah, I think
everybody agrees.
When
everybody
I did
agrees
Ricky Henderson. Oh, you mean the guy who stole 120 fucking bases a year?
Yeah.
When I did my top 100 list, Jay, I was shocked. This isn't my list, but I was shocked. I think I had him like the top 12 or something.
Wow.
Because of his on base, like he would walk too, and then he would steal second and third.
Yeah, the Ricky rally. You walk,
Ricky rally.
You steal second, you steal third, sacrifice fly, get you home.
Yeah.
Well, Ricky Henderson was so fucking good, Jay. Like, I'm surprised you don't realize that because he was a Yankee for a long time. And he was an Oakland Athletic and San Diego Padre and a bunch of other teams. But cutting back to Ricky Henderson, right? All these people who are mad about bat flips, okay? Have you ever watched a Ricky Henderson home run where he bashes the ball, walks down, flips the bat to the fucking pitcher, and circles the bases? And these guys, fucking soft-ass pitchers nowadays, want to cry because a dude did a little Ricky Henderson basically said, fuck you to the pitcher as he blasted a bomb, and no one said shit. But nowadays, oh my God, did you see that guy go, ah? And now they got to apologize for bat flipping. Go watch the KBO. Go watch. Well, it's terrible baseball. But you know what's great about the KBO? Is these fucking, it's the most reserved society in the world, right? They're the most reserved, right? The Asians, they're like calm, reserved, polite. But they hit a home run, and they practically whirl it up, set some fireworks on their bat, can blow it up, woo! Pop, 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 bat flip, like they make a show out of it. Why can't we do that in baseball? Go ahead, Matt.
Okay, married to a pop star.
Alex Rodriguez.
Alex Rodriguez.
Nice.
And another thing, who is married
after each one?
Yeah.
Told you.
You can't just throw it out there. We have to have commentary on all of them. So who's stepping above in class, J-Lo or A-Rod? Who's getting the better one out of that?
Good-looking people.
That's a tough call.
Because
that's a tough call.
I know you guys.
I would trade places with A-Rod quite clearly.
Well, you would trade places with him so you could fuck J-Lo. But
no, he's a good-looking man. I'm okay with my saying that.
I think she'd be so high maintenance.
Yeah, but I think she definitely scored a great one because Mark Anthony looked like a fucking skinny goblin. And she was married to him. She had to fuck him. Ugh. Like, he's got that shitty clothing line at Kohl's. Like, so she ditches him and she gets A-Rod, who, by the way, is a fantastic looking individual. So, I don't know. I think
what an insult. He's got that shitty clothing line at Kohl's. Like that's the insult you're going with, bro?
I mean, I'm sure he's doing okay with money now because lots of people shop at Kohl's. I shop at Kohl's, but I don't buy Mark Anthony from Kohl's. He's ugly. He's an ugly son of a bitch.
That is so funny.
She is. I'm telling you right now, she is so much happier getting her pussy pounded by A-Rod than Mark Anthony. It's probably light years better of a lay.
Okay, this guy
he's got that shitty clothing line at Kohl's, Twatty.
Yeah.
All right, this guy was the ace pitcher on that Mariners team that won more games than any other team in history. That
Hernandez?
He was the ace pitcher of the Mariners. What?
Is it Randy Johnson?
Randy Johnson.
Okay, yeah.
Randy Johnson wasn't on the Mariners that year.
Yeah, he was. He was a closer. It was his first year. With the team with A-Rod and
the 2001
Griffey.
Mariners. The 2001 Mariners that won 116 games.
Well, maybe it was the team. It was a team that had that crazy score that won where Griffey came from first.
Oh, that was like the 96 Mariners.
Oh, am I way
95
off?
Mariners. Yeah, you're way off. The 2001 Mariners were the ones that won 116 games and then lost in 5 games to the Yankees in the championship series.
Okay, so here, number 21, one of the best players of all time, but still plays and is considered one of the worst players in the major leagues.
Hold on, he still plays to
He's considered one of the best players of all time, but right now is considered one of the worst players in the league.
Oh my God. Hold on.
That's a good one to be from like the best ever to one of the worst. Statistically, I think a couple years ago, he might have been one of the worst hitters in baseball.
Oh, son of a bitch.
That's
Big name.
Good question.
I'm mad because you're going to say it, and once you say it, it's going to be like really
I know. That's
obvious.
what I'm thinking too.
I'm like, it's going to be so obvious once you say it. Like, how old is this guy? Like 40 now?
He's probably about 37, I'm going to say. I won't
Joey
get
Votto?
No. Way better.
No, I'm not saying.
Player.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Miguel Cabrera.
No, Miguel Cabrera's still good.
Oh, okay.
You're close. Same age, same position, same
shortstop.
They may be same country.
Cabrera's first base.
Yeah,
Yep.
first base.
Oh,
How do you
Miguel
not know
Cabrera's not that bad.
No, Cabrera's still
We
good.
already did Tommy, right?
Tommy retired ages ago.
No, this guy's still playing. He went from the one he was considered. I think he won. Yes. Albert Pujols.
All right. That's
Nice.
Oh, he's so bad now. It's ridiculous. How terrible of a contract was that for the Angels?
Yeah.
one of the worst ever.
Can
This
you
guy
explain
was-
to me, though, like after Albert Pujols' contract, because like a lot of people are like wondering why some of these guys aren't getting the deals that they used to. Like, what on earth made the Angels decide to sign a 30-year-old?
They were just front loading it because they thought they would get the first 3 years out of it, and if they were able to make a World Series run, it'd be worth it.
You signed a 30-year-old to a 10-year contract. Come on.
Yeah, but they were really.
You're paid him $25 million a year at age 39 to hit .215 and 10 home runs. What the fuck?
Is Trout on that list yet, Twatty?
Well, I'm on 16. I'm trying to. So this guy's married to Marilyn Monroe.
Joe DiMaggio.
Oh, Joe DiMaggio. Mike Trout will be number 1, Jay, when his career's over.
This guy is known for saying, "I misremember."
Yogi Berra.
No, he's known for more, but that's what I make fun of him all the time.
Oh, Rafael Palmeiro?
No, close.
I misremember?
Yeah, which isn't a word, I don't think.
Bill
And he
Clinton?
said,
Roger
it under oath.
Clemens?
Roger Clemens. Jay.
Well,
Like
here's
they
the
asked him
problem.
about steroid, like he contradicted himself. He said something different place, and he's like, "I misremembered that."
The problem with Roger Clemens not being in the Hall of Fame is because these uppity bitch ass fucking baseball writers who are like it's like okay, but you could just okay boomer every one of these motherfuckers. They're like the sanctity of the game. What do you mean the sanctity of the game? Everyone in the mid to late 90s and early 2000s was on steroids. They were all on it. Shut the fuck up. Don't tell me they throw Mike Piazza in the Hall of Fame. Oh, Mike Piazza in the Hall of Fame. He was a great catcher. Mike Piazza wasn't on steroids. Sammy Sosa is not in the Hall of Fame. But Mike
did
Piazza
you guys ever hear the rumor? Did you ever hear the rumor that Mike Piazza was fucking the NBC weatherman, Sam Champion?
I heard the rumor that he was gay.
Yeah.
Is that his real name?
I swear to God. I swear to God.
I do remember the rumors that Mike Piazza was gay, but I didn't know it was an NBC guy. But can someone please explain to me why Mike Piazza gets to be in the Hall of Fame while Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Barry Bonds...
He was never caught. He was never caught.
Neither was fucking Barry Bonds or Sammy Sosa.
Okay, so this guy's known as the best switch hitter probably of all time.
My ex-boyfriend.
Oh, Jesus.
Wait, what?
What?
That was so stupid. It was funny.
Let's see.
Eddie Murphy.
You got to remember where we are on the list too. We're at 14.
The best switch hitter of all time.
If anyone would know, it would be Jay. I mean, as ironic as that is. Big hint there.
Mike Piazza?
No, he was not a switch
hitter. Not a switch hitter. It'd be
really.
If anybody would know, it would be Jay.
So
I'm assuming he's a New York Met then.
Or he could be someone else from New York. Could be a Yankee. Come on.
Oh, he could be a Yankee. Oh, Bernie. No.
Well,
Bernie wasn't a switch hitter. But
Bernie was a switch hitter.
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
Yeah, but he's not the greatest of all time.
Really? I'm not happy, boys. We giving up?
No.
Eddie Murray, right? No,
Eddie Murray is probably
not. Well, he's got to be a Yankee then.
I just basically told you it's a Yankee.
Yeah. Mickey Mantle.
Yes. Mickey Mantle.
Thank you, Tony B.
Yeah,
there you go.
Tony B, thank you.
Here's a good one.
That was assisted by Tony B.
Yeah. That was an easy one, boys. He's known as...
I didn't know he was a switch hitter.
Yeah, I didn't either.
He's known as the Professor. He's a pitcher.
Oh, that's Greg Maddux.
Nice. Yes. Okay, we're down to... What are we in the top?
They call... that guy on my favorite team.
Huh?
Shit. I just totally blanked out on my favorite pitcher. Kyle Hendricks. I totally blanked on Kyle Hendricks. They call Kyle Hendricks the professor too.
This guy has an award named after him.
Cy Young.
Cy Young. Yes.
Well, that's a bullshit list though, because Cy Young. Oh, these guys in 1902 who threw 500 innings against roofers.
This guy is known as Mr. Cardinal.
Mr. Cardinal? I don't know. He's probably a bitch though if he played for the Cardinals.
Hold on, let me think. It's
Lou Brock.
Nope.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's older. It's older than the Ozzie Smith era, right?
Nope. Left-handed. Stud. One of the probably top 15. Nope. That's a pitcher. Well, I guess it could have been
a pitcher on the
Yankees, been a pitcher.
Bro.
Oh, I don't know.
Nothing?
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Stan Musial.
Stan Musial was a bitch.
Nice. I wouldn't have got it though. Why would you
Who's
say that?
Okay, the
I
Iron
don't know,
Horse.
because he's a fucking goddamn suck Lewis Cracknell. That's why. All
the
those
Iron Horse
Cracknell players were bitches.
Okay, we're down to 7.
No, here's the thing about Lou Gehrig.
Oh, fuck.
I mean, no, here's the thing about Lou Gehrig, though. Like, don't you think it's a little ironic that he dies of a disease called Lou Gehrig's disease. Like, how the fuck
Jesus.
do you not see that coming?
Oh my God.
I mean,
It's like you're at the doctor's office. You're like, doctor, what's wrong with me? I'm fucking like, bleh. You're like, whoa,
All right.
Lou, you got Lou Gehrig's disease. And you're just sitting there, the doctor's telling you, well, you got Lou Gehrig's disease, and you're sitting there and your name's Lou Gehrig, and you're like, well, I guess this is kind of poetic justice, ain't it? But like, how do you not see that coming? You know?
This guy was known as the dirtiest player in baseball, probably to this day.
Ty Cobb.
Nice.
Because here's the thing about Ty Cobb. That racist
my
shit. No, Ty Cobb, he would fucking he's the worst human being in the Hall of Fame. They should probably take him out of the Hall of Fame. You know he was a racist, right? Like hardcore racist. He would just punch.
He was bad.
He would
that's
just punch.
Anthony's go-to move over the last couple
thanks,
of years.
gas station. I wasn't reading off.
You
I
know
was
he's
going
a
off my memory.
You know he's a racist, right?
There's stories
That's
of
his
him.
go-to.
Yeah, the guy from like 1938.
There's a story
What a
about him
surprise.
where there's like he beat up an elevator porter one time who was African American, and they're like, "Well, why did you beat him up?" He goes, "Well, that N-bomb was acting uppity. I'm sorry, the guy's a racist. I'm not."
No, I mean, that's definitely for
Ty
sure.
Cobb. What did you say, Greg?
It's definitely for sure, but I mean, you can't act surprised when guys like before.
You mean a
They were
white guy was
playing in, like
racist
1910? Yeah.
38, bro?
Yes, it's shocking, isn't it?
Holy
Okay, this guy is known as one of the best hitters of all time. I think he's actually in a cryo chamber or something.
Oh, God.
Ted Williams.
Ted Williams.
Ted
Yes.
Williams.
There you go.
I got that first.
Getting down to the end.
For the
I
record.
think, and I'm just going off memory, he has the most RBIs in the Major League history.
Well, that's going to be Barry Bonds.
No, it's
No.
it's an older guy.
Barry Bonds is
number one.
Bonds doesn't even have 2,000, I don't think.
Yeah, it's he played in your division, I think. I think he's a Cardinal or a Cub. Who is it? It's
I want to say I'm going off memories from Mobile, Alabama.
I'm not gonna get it, but as soon as you say it, I'm gonna be like, oh.
Hank Aaron.
Oh, is it? Okay, wow.
Okay, let's go
I would've
with
got that.
his middle name is Lamar.
Well,
Barry
actually,
Bonds?
the funny
Yes. Nice.
thing about Hank Aaron, didn't Hank Aaron play in 3 different cities with never changing franchises?
I don't know. This is Barry Bonds' godfather.
Oh, Willie Mays. Everybody knows that. Ask a hard question next
I
time.
didn't think that was going to be.
Yeah, I actually missed
This,
it.
What
this
is
one
it
has-
like? What is it like, Jay, knowing that Willie Mays was the greatest Met of all time?
Why is that?
this guy has a candy bar named after him.
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth.
Yes. We're done with the list, finally. I thought we knocked that out in 5 minutes.
Where
Now Dan here.
you have to have commentary, otherwise it's just boring.
We'll have to do a basketball or football one.
Well,
Pull
my
one out.
problem.
Well, if you got time, I will.
It's only
I'll
7:52 here.
Okay.
How much do you think your card collection is worth, Twatty?
Well, just in the last 3 months, I've put probably 10 grand into it, and I expect to get 30.
That seems like a lot of money.
So you basically scoured the internet for the best deals that you can get with
Exactly.
with intentions to double or triple up.
Yeah.
My question is, how long is it going to? Are you going to sell it in one package? Because I would think it would take forever to sell them individually, right?
Yeah. I mean, it'll probably take me 6 months to unload them. All right. What do we want to do? NFL or NBA? NFL, we all kind of know, right?
NFL. Yeah, let's do NFL.
All right. Let's start with Number 100. So I'm just going off hints that I know.
All right.
He was a quarterback for 2 universities. He transferred from UCLA to Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know.
He transferred from
I think he's won at least 3 Super Bowls.
Oh, well, Troy Aikman.
Yep, Troy Aikman. Very nice,
Yeah.
Ant.
So the
Wait,
problem
was it Oklahoma?
Think about
UCLA?
Troy Aikman.
He went from Oklahoma to UCLA, though, right?
Yeah. Well, I thought it was UCLA to Oklahoma.
did
No,
anybody
I think he got drafted out of UCLA.
Okay.
Did anybody ever disprove Skip Bayless's assertions that Troy Aikman was a pole smoker?
Piazza.
No, but that's a good question. Like, because Skip Bayless got put on the map by claiming that Troy Aikman loved blowing cock. But was that ever disproven? Like, does he have a wife?
I mean, Ant, we would ask you these questions. Like, we don't know. We would know.
So if we were ever to get like big time with our sports network,
We're still on 100.
So, but if we were ever to get big time, here's my question, guys. So, if we were ever to get big time with our sports network, right, and we were sent to an NFL game to do live coverage, but it also happened to be Fox's Game of the Week when Troy Aikman and Joe Buck were announcing the game.
Mm-hmm.
Are you guys saying that I need to go and see if Troy Aikman will let me blow his cock? So that way we can find out once and for all if he's gay.
No.
But what if you'll let me? I mean, it might be fun.
Number 99, man.
This is number 99. He was on the receiving end of the Immaculate Reception.
Probably been on the receiving end a lot of
Franco
times.
Harris.
All right.
What was that?
It was Franco Harris.
Oh,
This guy was a Washington
I couldn't even hear it.
This guy was a Washington Redskin DB for about 20 years.
Yeah.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
I was going to say was known as the fastest man. This guy is maybe the most clutch field goal kick. Here's another good one. He's known as one of the most clutch field goal kickers in the world, but yet now he may be the worst kicker in the league.
Vinatieri.
Yes.
How is he still in the league?
He tried to retire and they didn't want him to.
How could you not want him to retire? The son of a bitch has been kicking
was
field
like
goals
week
since
3.
1999.
This guy was
Our boy Tyler was a swan.
You got to power right through, Twatty. You just got to power right through.
Our boy Tyler was a babe in swaddling clothes when Adam Vinatieri was kicking field goals in the Super Bowl against the Rams, and the son of a bitch is still in the league. It's fucking absurd. Go ahead, Matt.
This guy at one point was the all-time leading passer in the NFL, I believe. He played.
John United.
No, he played in the NFC North. He was I hate to tell you, he was a Viking. He was a Viking.
Brett Favre. Brett Favre was a Viking.
Brand Tarkington.
Brand Tarkington. Oh,
number 90. Shouldn't be 90. He was way better than this. He's from my hood here. He's from Aliquippa, went to Pitt, running back. I can't tell you anymore.
No one cares about running backs.
He was a cowboy.
Emmitt Smith.
Emmitt Smith.
No. Emmitt Smith will be in the top 5.
Tony Dorsett.
Oh, nice one, Jay.
Tony Dorsett had that 99-yard run. Pretty dope.
This guy went to, also from Pittsburgh for a while. This guy went to Arizona as a tight end.
Arizona Cardinals, you mean?
No, Arizona University, I believe.
Not when Troy Aikman got done with him.
White, tight end. Arizona.
Todd Christensen?
No, recent.
That's all you can give me?
Recent.
Let's see. Greg Olsen.
Super Bowl champs. A lot of Super Bowls.
Is it Novacek?
Oh,
right?
Gronk.
Oh, wow. Nice one.
How about this? 3 players in a row from Pittsburgh, the city of Pittsburgh they're from, grew up. This guy played at Pitt again. He's known as the most dominant defensive player in the league.
LT.
Right now,
Probably.
JJ Watt.
No, he
No.
went to Wisconsin.
Pitt University from Penn Hills, Pennsylvania. Dominant.
Most dominant defensive player
Von
in football
Miller?
right now.
I mean, that's a debatable thing, but it's most people say. Oh, the chat's coming in with it.
John, is it Aaron Donald?
Yeah.
Yeah, John got it. Good job,
The
John.
fucking chat's killing me tonight.
Here we
Good
go. The Steelers very, very rarely move up in the draft to draft somebody, but they moved up in the draft in 2003 to draft this player.
Ben Roethlisberger.
The
from
big
Miami.
ring.
No?
No,
Hines Ward.
no. Same era, obviously.
Well, I
He's a
mean, who were the best
different-
players on the team?
Palomalu.
Troy
Polamalu.
Polamalu already retired. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well,
This-
I mean, Palomalu, it might be like number 90 on the list, but he's number 1 on the hair.
This
Brian
guy,
said Cordell Stewart.
this guy died in 19. Or this guy died already. He's already dead, and he was only a rookie in 1989. Great defensive player for the Kansas City Chiefs linebacker.
Derek Thomas.
Oh, Derek.
Yeah, they
We
got
already
it.
said it, Jay. It was Derek Thomas.
This guy went to Syracuse University, and he's from Philly.
Donovan McNabb.
Dante.
No, wide receiver.
What? That's so Donovan McNabb until you said wide receiver. Now you're just fucking with us. But why would
Wide
you want to go to
receiver
Syracuse?
from Philly, went to Syracuse.
Isn't Syracuse
Was part
cold?
of a 3-headed machine with 2 other legends. Played on turf.
Art Monk.
No, Breeze more recent.
3-headed monster.
And Peyton Manning was one of the heads.
T.Y. Hilton?
No,
Harrison. Marvin
Harrison.
Marvin
Yeah,
Harrison. Did he get arrested for like shooting somebody?
Yeah, he got off. This guy.
He got off for attempted murder. You know what? That makes me think I need to be rich, because if there's one thing that tells you, it's like if you're rich, you just like get away with anything. So
All right,
if
and-
anybody
And
wants to
have
give
you
me,
ever been punched in your face before?
not since high school. Why?
It's just amazing.
This
Well,
guy went to
but
Miami University, okay? Miami U, known as one of the best trash talkers. Actually was a receiver that lined up in a 3-point stance.
Michael Irvin.
Yes.
Well, Michael Irvin was great at catching balls and snorting cocaine.
This guy is known for beating his kids.
Adrian Peterson.
Yes.
Oh, the kid from Minnesota, the running back.
Adrian Peter. I mean, let's just be honest though. That kid had it coming.
Oh, wow.
This guy has a dad who is a GM. No, he doesn't. This guy's son is known for picking up and raping old women.
Oh, Kellen
Wait,
Winslow.
what?
Yes. Yes.
Is there anything more fascinating than Kellen Winslow Jr. tenure in the NFL? Did you
No,
do you remember those stories? Like his teammates are like, yeah, he'd just be like watching porn in the locker room and just show it to us on the
Yeah, that
tablet.
was weird.
And then it's like, and then like a year later, it's like, Kellen Winslow Jr. has been arrested. Why is that? He just raped some old broad.
Power
And
through, buddy.
he liked the old
Okay.
ones too. This
Yeah.
guy, I think, is the all-time leading sacker.
Like, was it like an All in the Family
Reggie
episode
White?
there or something?
No.
The all-time.
Oh, we
Oh,
should
you're from Minnesota.
What did
And
you say?
he's a television host now.
Michael Strahan.
Yes.
No, he doesn't
That-
have
wait.
all-time sacks. No.
He has for 1 year, not the all-time.
Yeah, well, I'm
Okay.
sorry. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry.
The season
Yeah.
record. Okay, yeah, that's different.
Yeah, he has
Who
a
is the
season
all-time,
record.
though? Does anyone know?
Like Reggie White or Bruce Smith, something like that.
Yeah, Reggie White or Bruce Smith would be my 2 guesses. Yeah.
This guy has 4 Super Bowls from the 70s, and he's known as like a country
Terry
bumpkin.
Bradshaw?
Is it
Terry Bradshaw, yes.
Terry fucking Bradshaw. Oh my god.
Yes.
Can we all just agree that every quarterback in the 70s sucked?
No,
Well,
that's like ridiculous.
well, have you looked at their statistics? They all suck.
Because you were allowed to tackle guys
Okay.
like 15 yards into the route.
That seems like cheating to me.
No, you had to literally get separation. It wasn't like now where, I don't think pass interference even existed.
This guy is
what
the
happened?
worst Hall of Famer of all time.
The
Oh,
worst
I mean,
Hall of Famer of all
there we
We
time.
all
go.
know that.
What does that mean?
Now
The
I'm
stats
curious.
say that he's probably the worst Hall of Famer of all time.
Oh, Joe
Oh, if
Namath.
you
Namath.
say Joe Namath, I'll punch
Joe
you right in
Namath.
the face.
Joe Namath.
Joe Namath. Because
What's his middle name?
Joe Sucks
Willie.
Namath.
Joe Willie Namath.
Nice.
Very nice.
I'll punch you when we meet. I'm punching you right in the face, Toddy.
Jay,
Why are you
Jay,
much smarter
Jay.
than her?
Touchdowns.
when are
Who are
you
you
going
gonna
to
punch
admit,
first, Ronnie or
Jason,
Ed?
when are you just going to come to terms with the fact that Joe Namath fucking sucks?
Never. He made that guarantee and went
Yeah,
out and
he's
beat.
awful.
Trent fucking Dilfer won a fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Fucking
Did
blow
fucking
me
Trent
with that
Dilfer beat
bullshit.
Johnny Unitas? Will you shut the fuck up? It's Johnny U, bro.
The Trent Dilfer won a Super. Doug Williams won a fucking Super Bowl. Who the fuck is Doug Williams? Mark
Doug Williams was pretty good.
Ripon. Mark Ripon won a
Ripon.
fucking Super
Ripon?
Bowl.
Who's Mark Ripon?
Thank you, motherfucker.
It's Mark Ripon.
And
Whatever.
his grocery store days.
Mark Ripon.
Who's
Mark Ripon.
How come those fruits aren't selling? No,
How do you
Mark
know?
Ripon.
Those
he
bananas,
said
right?
Mark?
Yeah.
He said Mark
He said
Ripon?
bananas to Mark Ripon real quick.
Mark Ripon. Whatever. That fucking cocksucker from 1992 on the goddamn Washington Redskins.
I mean, the Washington Redskins were pretty good, bro.
Yeah.
But he sucked. Trent Dilfer fucking sucked. He won the Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Like,
but none of them beat Johnny U in his prime.
Like
This
what,
guy's
Jim
known
Kelly
as the
sucked?
Mad Stork.
Ted Hendricks.
No, 'cause
Nice.
I'm not done ripping on Jay for fucking Johnny. No, not Johnny. That other guy. I'm not done ripping on Jay
No, we've heard it
for
like
fucking
20
Joe
times.
Namath.
Move on.
But I'm
Your
really
Joe Namath
enjoying
thing is like,
telling
it's
Jay
so
that his hero, that his childhood idol, is a bag of shit. It just.
All right,
I
who
really
else,
enjoyed
Bonnie?
that.
Did you ever kiss Susie
Who-
Colbert?
This wide receiver is known as Bambi, if I'm not mistaken.
Bambi?
Old, but he put up numbers when people weren't throwing the
That's a
ball.
stupid fucking nickname.
He,
Why
you guys,
did his mom get shot when he was a kid?
that's a hard one. You
Yeah,
guys, it's Lance Allworth. This guy actually won, I believe, a Heisman as a defensive player, which is very rare.
Desmond Howard.
Woodson.
Charles Woodson, yes.
Charles Woodson. Why the fuck did I say Desmond Howard?
Desmond Howard? What
Michigan
made-
Rock.
Wait a minute. Wait.
He did
Why
the Heisman pose, Desmond did, though.
Why
That's
the
why
fuck
people-
did I say
We're
Desmond Howard?
talking about the 100 best of all time.
Oh,
How
that's
does
true. yeah.
Desmond Howard come out of your mouth?
I had no
This-
idea. Like I said Desmond Howard, and I was like thinking Rod Woodson, but for some reason the word Desmond Howard came out of my fucking mouth. I'm like, no, that's the dude who won that Super Bowl MVP with the Packers. That was nuts.
This guy was a linebacker for USC and is known for being a case study in CTE. He's dead.
Oh, he's got to be a Steeler.
Junior
Right.
Seau.
Junior Seau.
Oh, yeah.
Junior, that was like one of the deaths that really like super made me sad because Junior Seau was one of my favorite players growing up as a kid. Like when I was a kid, like when you talked about like defense, who was like the best defensive player in the league? You know, when junior high and high school, it was Junior fucking Seau. He was the Chargers, like number
Okay,
55.
this guy is called, his nickname is called, what is it? It's from Tyler, Texas. It's like the Tyler Lightning or something. He's my all-time favorite football player. Old head, running back, would just run you over.
Earl Campbell.
Went to Texas.
Earl Campbell.
Earl Campbell, yes.
Earl
I like
Campbell
this
bitch.
this guy too. One of the first like dual threat running backs. Went to San Diego State.
Thurman Thomas?
Marshall Falk.
Marshall Falk.
Well,
Oh,
Thurman
Roger
Thomas was a
Craig
dual
was the
threat
first
for
one.
Marshall Falk.
This guy, I could
Thurman
give you
Thomas.
universities because I know all the Tyler Rose. That's it. Thanks, gas station. This guy went to BYU. That should be Steve Young. I should know most of these colleges. This guy went to, I believe, went to TCU.
LaDainian Tomlinson?
Nice. Good one.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, well, who else is a great NFL player that went to TCU? I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson.
This
that'd be it, right?
guy,
Mahomes, right?
this guy has the best quotes. My favorite quote of all time. I love me some me.
Terrell Owens.
Terrell Owens, yes.
What Terrell Owens gets a bad rap.
What number are
number-
we on in the list?
52. I'm skipping
Okay.
some. This
I just
guy,
didn't know where he ranked, where they ranked him.
right?
Hold on,
This
I gotta go
guy
out on
is-
a limb here. Before we go on, I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say there is going to be no more New York Jets on this list.
Maybe not. This guy went to Navy, so you know it had to be old school because there ain't no one from Navy.
Joe Montana.
Roger Starbuck, very nice.
No, Joe Montana
Curtis
is
Martin has a shot to be on that list. He's good. Curtis Martin, bro, come on. He's like the
This
fifth. He's got statistically, he's like the sixth best receiver running back in history.
Curtis Martin was a Patriot.
and a Jet.
Curtis
This
Martin.
guy was
He
a
spent
middle
more time on the
linebacker.
Jet.
This guy was a middle linebacker.
LT.
Was known for a while as maybe the best linebacker in football.
LT.
I don't even know
LT's
where he
a
went
lot
to
higher
school.
than this, bro.
Is it Ray
He
Lewis?
was known as a run stopper. He was a mean. He played
Brian
in
Urlacher.
Joe Green.
NFC North.
Dick Buckus?
Oh, okay.
Joe Green.
No, same team.
Urlacher, like Jay said earlier?
Nope.
Urlacher.
Same team as Butkus and Urlacher.
Oh,
Singletary.
Michael Singletary.
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 This guy
Does
was
anybody
known.
remember when Mike Singletary was the fucking head coach of the
Can't win with
fucking-
him.
No, when Mike Singletary was the head coach of the San Francisco 49ers. Do you guys remember the story where he was like yelling at him and he like pulled down his fucking pants?
Yeah.
Like how much CTE does that guy have? We talk about the CTE of all these other guys. This dude thought it would be a good head coaching moment to pull his pants down in front of his fucking team at halftime.
To be fair, Vernon Davis
And
credits him for turning his career around.
did you really say Curtis Martin was a Patriot?
He was.
He was, and I was doing it.
He
pissed
was
off.
on the team for 2 years.
So Curtis Martin was a Patriot, and if he went to the Hall of Fame, he would say, "Yeah, I'm going to go in as a Patriot because why would you want to go in as a Jet?"
Oh, gosh. You're just trolling. that.
Okay, this guy was known as, in the early days, was known as maybe the best athlete ever. There's actually a award named.
Jim Brown.
No, there's a award named after him, I believe, in college football.
Jim Thorpe.
Nice.
That's an
Nice.
easy one though. Like,
I got my Jims wrong.
but here's my question though. Like, who did he actually play for in the NFL? Because like we're talking about a dude who played like the 1920s.
He played for the Canton Bulldogs, the Cleveland Indians, the Orang Indians, the Rock Island Independents, the New York Giants, and the Chicago Cardinals.
It's kind of
There you go.
ironic he played for teams called the Indians when he was a Native American.
Okay, this guy is a current NFL player, and I think is the best thrower of the ball of all time. Just ahead of Dan Marino. Just
Aaron
as pure.
Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, okay.
Aaron Rodgers is also probably the most overrated quarterback of all time, and I say that because I'm inundated with Packer fans where I'm at, and it's just so fucking annoying listening to them
This
suck Aaron
this
Rodgers
guy-
knob.
is really best known. Well, I won't give it away. He's best known for the movies Airplane and doing Hertz commercials.
O.J. Simpson.
Yes. I could have just called him a killer.
O.J. Simpson was in Airplane. I thought he was in The Naked Gun.
Yeah,
Or maybe it was that.
It was Naked Gun. Yeah.
But I thought he was most famous for,
He was, but that was too easy. This guy, I think, in my opinion, would maybe the best DB.
That was what he's most famous for.
He may be the best DB ever. But he played in the 70s. It's either him or Deion Sanders, I think. Played in the 70s, physical.
Oh, Krause.
Yep. Number 38.
Hold on, who was that? I didn't hear you guys.
Mel Blount.
Mel Blount. What about the Krause guy who had the record for interceptions?
Mel Blount could play today, I think. Let's see. This guy, stand-up runner, wore goggles.
Eric Dickerson.
Yes. This guy went to Purdue University and was on the track team, one of the fastest guys. He
Purdue.
Yeah, he
really good guy out of Purdue was Drew Brees, but he's not fast.
He's secondary DB. Purdue played for the Steelers.
I don't know. He probably sucked though, because he played for the Steelers.
37th of all time. Gas station got it. Okay.
Who is it? But why are we?
Rod Woodson.
Rod.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
Nice.
Number 36 went to Cal, tight end. All-time leading receiver.
Tony Gonzalez.
Tight end, yes.
Yeah.
Tony Gonzalez. Yeah. He played for how long? He played for a long time.
This guy has a birthmark on his face.
Well, that's Drew Brees.
Yes.
I don't. At what point though, when you make $35 million a year, do you just get that fucking turd that's sitting on your face just removed?
This guy was nicknamed Night Train.
How are you going to get? You got to be thankful that you make $35 million a year and you play quarterback for the Saints and you won a Super Bowl. Because how else is he going to get pussy with that fucking shit on his face?
No, but can we go back to what he was just talking about? And this is where I'll jump in and do an aside. Go watch Dick Lane's highlights. He was the reason they outlawed
everything.
Collar tackling. He literally clotheslines his opponents.
Marion Motley
that
too.
Was the number one way he would tackle someone.
He killed people.
He has the best highlights you'll ever see. I mean,
everything
it's insane.
You watch any highlights from the 70s, 80s, and even 90s, and literally everything's illegal now.
Yeah.
You turn on you could go on YouTube and you could turn on NFL football best hits in football or whatever.
Yeah, and
you'll see there'll be dozens of montage videos you can watch. And it's dude just getting leveled nonstop, no flags thrown. Shit from the 90s, shit from the early 2000s, shit from the 70s, 80s. This dude's getting fucking leveled, and all of that is a 15-yard flag nowadays. Kind of makes me long for the days of when we didn't give a shit about people's brain damage.
This guy was a safety at the U. Came up around when Troy Polamalu came up and played in the same division.
Sean Taylor.
The guy that died.
Nope.
Sean Taylor.
Nope.
No?
I gave you a good hint.
Oh, it's Ed Reed.
Ed Reed, yes.
Oh, yeah,
Ed Reed was
I always forget about him, man.
This guy was probably one of the best hitters of all time, undersized, went to Kent State. But he's the 29th best player ever, and he went to Kent State. Undersized middle linebacker. Tough. Known for not having teeth.
Kent State?
Jack Lambert. The only reason I know that is because
Jack Lambert
put in that he went to Kent State earlier, but I wouldn't have got that if Gas Station Sushi didn't put it in earlier. So,
did he?
Gas Station actually wins that round.
Does everyone forget about the fact that they massacred a bunch of students at Kent State for protesting the government?
This guy was a quarterback at Southern Miss.
Oh, that's Brett Favre.
Yeah, I gotta keep the hints a little more vague now because
Brett
these are
Favre?
getting obvious.
Yeah.
This guy,
what other fucking guy quarterback Southern Miss and is going to be on that fucking list? Come on, it's Brett Favre. Like
This guy's from Rand, West Virginia. Went to Marshall.
Randy Moss.
That's Randy Moss.
Yes.
Like Randy Moss again. Like Randy Moss is literally the only good player ever to come out of Marshall, but he's also probably like the greatest player of all time.
No,
Do you
Byron
remember
Leftwich went to Marshall.
who? Byron Leftwich?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Chad
because we all know
Pennington?
like
Yeah.
oh my god, Chad Pennington.
I'm just
I
letting you
but
know
we
who
all
else
know-
went.
Well, we all know that Chad Pennington is the greatest player to ever play for the New York Jets.
Oh wow.
That is true. So we
This
all know
guy-
that Jay knows that.
Jay
But can we
just hit his head with his monster.
Can we just talk? Can we just talk about though how great Randy Moss's rookie season was when he had like 75,000 touchdown
with Cole
receptions?
Pepper and Chris Carter?
Like that Vikings team was fucking
Agreed.
amazing.
Okay, this guy also went to the U, linebacker, maybe considered the best linebacker of all time.
Well, it's LT.
No.
Well,
LT's
no,
the greatest
I guess
linebacker of all
Lawrence
time.
Taylor is probably considered the best linebacker of all time. But
You think?
The
Yeah.
best linebacker out of Miami ever is
I mean, Ray is up there, but he's not LT.
Ray Lewis, that's
yeah,
all
Trey
time.
Lewis. Yeah.
Well, can we wait? You cannot mention Ray Lewis
I
without
know.
mentioning the fact
Yeah,
that
he
Ray
murdered-
Lewis
We know.
killed the guy.
Next one.
So let's just all like
and
reminisce.
you're really
on
into like all these criminal charges.
Well, you know, like Matt's just trying to blow through this list, and I just want to talk about every single player that's on the list that he talked about. So
This
it's like,
guy's
let's
name-
stop for a second and reminisce about how Ray Lewis killed the guy.
He didn't. Okay. This
Yeah,
guy,
what did he do then?
he was proven
held the guy
innocent.
up. He held the guy up while someone else stabbed him. Okay.
He was proven innocent. And really, he wasn't. I'm just telling you. This guy's nickname was Slingin'.
Sammy Baugh.
Nice.
Who the fuck does
This-
Sammy Baugh play for?
This guy was a running back ahead of his times. He played on the Bears. I think once he scored in 4 different ways in a game.
Gail Sayers.
Yes.
Where did Gale Sayers go to college at?
I don't know.
Kansas. Come on, how do you not know that? Gale Sayers is like one of the greatest players of all time. He's super fast too. You watch like some of those old videos. You like watch some old highlights of Gale Sayers, and it's like ridiculous.
Only played for like 6 or 7 years too.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous though how much faster he was than everybody else. It was like absurd. So it's like go watch some old Gale Sayers highlights. That dude was amazing. Go ahead.
This guy, another Pittsburgh kid. This guy from Pittsburgh, went to Pitt, born in Pittsburgh.
Dan Marino.
Yeah, I couldn't give you much more there without giving it away.
Well,
This
what
guy
the
went-
funniest thing about Dan Marino is like if you look at like his old, like from like the 1980s when he's like doing these interviews before, like with the John Wayne, there was the 30 for 30 documentary where they went over the draft because he was drafted the same years like Jim Kelly, John Elway, all those guys, right? All these great players. His fucking Northeastern accent was uncanny back then. Like he had this massive like Italian, Northeastern Italian accent. And then you like see him talk now, he's doing commercials like, I'm Don Marino. It's like he totally changed
Claude,
his voice.
you're getting up on the list, but you're telling me in that top 100 that Darrell Revis didn't crack it?
Not yet. I'm sitting at 20. Good night,
I
gas
was
station.
gonna say,
Yeah, Dan Marino.
he's the
only 20.
second best cover corner in the history of the sport.
Yeah, I mean, who knows with these fucking lists? This guy's I think he's from Pensacola, Florida, went to Florida. Actually ended his career with the Cardinals.
Oh, that's Emmett Smith.
Emmett Smith. I'm trying to be as vague as I can. This guy's known for having big teeth. Got drafted in baseball as well as football.
No,
Is a GM now.
Oh, Elway.
Elway.
Elway he
does
does
have
have big teeth.
What a
This guy-
what a set of chiclets that fucking.
This guy once in a college football game on a punt return, pointed to the end zone, and then housed it there.
Deion Sanders.
Deion Sanders.
Oh,
Very
Deion
nice.
Sanders is another guy who was drafted by both baseball and football, and he actually played for both. He would play a
that was a
baseball
good
game.
way to get it. That was a good hint, Twatty, for such a popular guy.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be vague. This guy was known for the head slap. This guy.
Oh, I know what you're
prob-
talking about. He would go like that when he was like trying to get off the lineman.
If they had sack totals back then, he would be the all-time leading
Are we
sack.
talking about Mean Joe Green
Oh.
now? Dick
No, he's on
Butkus.
the Vikings.
Yeah, it was the Viking. Yeah, it was.
No, it wasn't. He's mainly known for being a Ram.
Oh,
I remember this from like old NFL films.
They got it.
Deacon Jones. Great job,
Yeah.
Ryan and Ron Lawson.
Deacon Jones.
Yeah.
This one's a shocker. Number 14. And I don't even really, I know who he is, obviously, but I don't even know many hints. I want to say he's from Isle of Samoa. He was a tackle.
Anthony Munoz.
Yes. Number 14 on the list.
He's pretty damn good, though.
Well,
I know.
Isn't Anthony Munoz he's a Hall of Famer though? Like,
Yeah,
wasn't he the greatest?
Well, I
Him
mean,
and, like,
we're getting to the point where how do you decide who's better, an offensive tackle or a cornerback? You know, I mean, it's completely subjective.
Yeah.
Isn't Anthony Munoz like considered like the greatest offensive lineman, except for like maybe Orlando Pace?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. I don't know. I just found it. It seemed a little high. This guy is known as maybe the hardest hitter, maybe in the football history.
Ronnie
John
Lott.
Lynch.
Ronnie Lott.
Oh,
Yes.
Ronnie Lott.
This
Yeah,
guy
Lott.
owns steakhouses. Or no, he doesn't. But I said it wrong. That is right. No, this guy played on the same team. He is known as being the meanest player of all time.
Butkus?
Yes.
He owns steakhouses.
No, Ditka does. I fucked that up.
Steakhouses.
Yeah, I was like, I knew Ditko was a good tight end, but I didn't think he'd be that high on this list.
This one,
Mike
this
Ditka
guy,
looks like he likes to eat steak. How good is steakhouse?
this guy played. I want to say he's from like North Texas. Old head, maybe the best defensive lineman of all time. Had a nickname. Played on He has 4 Super Bowls.
Mean Joe Green.
Yes.
Mean Joe Green.
This guy was maybe the most elusive running back of all time.
Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders.
Yes. I should have. There's another one there. Him, Barry Sanders, Thurman Thomas, and someone else played in the same backfield at Oklahoma State.
I don't know.
This guy's also from
How are those Oklahoma State teams from like the mid '80s not better when they had literally like 3 Hall of Famers at running back? It's
don't have NFL analytics crowds. I'll tell you.
What kind of gluttony do you have at one position when you're Oklahoma State in the mid '80s and you're like, well, we just lost Thurman Thomas the NFL draft. Now we got to replace him with this guy named Barry Sanders. It's like, Jesus Christ. It's like 2 of the greatest running backs of all time. Bang, bang, same university. Fucking ridiculous. And it was Oklahoma State. It wasn't even like a good college.
There was another underrated one that a lot of people don't remember. It was Felix Jones, Peyton Hillis, and Darren McFadden at Arkansas.
Oh,
wow.
Do you remember all 3 of those guys?
Yeah, they're all really good. But that's like nowadays, though, because, like running backs are like really good for like a 3-year spurt and then you forget about them. But I remember all those guys were like good for like 3 years. But like back in like the 80s and 90s, running backs a top running back could dominate the league for a decade. You had Walt Payton, then you had Eric Dickerson, Thurman Thomas, Emmitt Smith, and Barry Sanders. I mean, they were all like for a decade strong. They're just, oh, look at that guy, 4.5 yards per carry, 1,500 yards every year, bang, 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 bang. And now it's like these guys run out of gas after 2 fucking seasons. It's ridiculous.
Unbelievable. Another guy, this guy from Pittsburgh as well. But I can't, let's see, how do I be vague?
What's up with fucking Pittsburgh?
All these guys, a lot of these guys, and Ty Law, who's not on this list, or Darrell Rivas and Ty Law. Neither one are on this list. Are both from Pittsburgh. Furthermore, Darrell Rivas and Ty Law are from the same high school, which is fucking crazy. Let's see. This guy, quarterback, born in Pittsburgh, Hall of Famer, is in the top
Joe
10.
Montana.
No, but he's from Pittsburgh too.
Do you guys just have nothing better to do than play football up there in Pittsburgh?
This guy, he was a Colt.
It's not
Johnny
Peyton
U.
Manning.
Johnny U. This guy's known for having a big forehead.
Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, yes.
Well,
This
how
guy-
great how great was Johnny Unitas that his record for most consecutive games with a touchdown pass lasted all those years. He set that record in like the 60s when you could, like you guys said, there was no such thing as pass interference. And like how that guy kept a record for most consecutive touchdown passes in a game until, who was it? Like Peyton Manning broke that record in like 2010 or something. Like, it's just kind of absurd that I think that's one of the reasons why, Johnny Unitas is like, you got to say, yeah, Johnny Unitas has to be one of the greatest of all time because he did that kind of shit when you weren't allowed to in the fucking NFL.
I could think of an NFL championship that he didn't win, Super Bowl.
I mean,
Okay, this guy, Minister of Defense.
oh, that's Reggie White.
This guy also from Pittsburgh, but went to Notre Dame.
Oh, that's
Joe Montana.
Joe Montana.
Yes, this guy, I got to be more vague. We're in the top 5. It's going to get easy. This guy, running back, went to, I think, in a predominantly all-black
Walter
college.
Payton.
Wow, very nice. I guess that was too easy.
Well, you say
this-
top 5 player of all time as a running back. It's either going to be like Walter Payton or Walter Payton.
This guy went to Syracuse University.
Jim Brown.
Yes, this is going to get easy here.
Jim
This
Brown
guy
went to
this guy went to North Carolina. Number 3 all time, and you guys won't get it off of that. He's known for having sex with underage girls.
Well, that's everybody from back then. Like, literally everybody fucked young kids. Did you know Karl Malone got a 13-year-old girl pregnant in the 1980s?
Wow, I did not know that.
It was his cousin, too. Everybody, that's so weird. Like, you look back at, like, these people, every single person that you admire, if they were famous in the 80s, they fucked a teenager.
This guy played defense. He's from North Carolina. LT.
Yeah.
This
LT
guy.
fucked kids?
Well,
This
hey,
guy-
that was a little different. I think he bought her and he didn't know the age.
Okay, so he's doing blow, buying
Yeah.
hookers, and
Yep.
he's like, wait now, officer. I'll admit to the cocaine. I'll admit to buying the prostitute, but I didn't know she was 13.
This guy, I think, was born in San Diego. This guy I think he was only a starter for his college team for 1 year.
What position?
I can't.
Jerry Rice.
No.
How many kids did he fuck?
This guy.
They were number 2, right?
He's still active.
Tom Brady wasn't born in San Diego, was he?
Tom Brady, was he not in San Diego?
Well, I know he went to high school in San Mateo up here.
Oh, that's maybe what I meant. Maybe that's what threw you off.
So how
Okay.
bad is Tom Brady going to be this year with the Bucks? I think
He'd be great.
you
This
are out of your
guy's
damn mind.
number 1. I'm going to tell you that.
I already said Jerry Rice. I blew it.
Yeah. That's it.
Of course, it's Jerry Rice.
I don't know about that
Money
list.
Montana was better than Brady.
So can we seriously, are we really just going to gloss over the fact that LT got a 14-year-old prostitute in the 1980s?
I mean, what do you want us to say about it?
No, it was after he retired.
Is that after he retired?
Yeah, it wasn't during his playing days.
Oh my God. He was after he retired. How are you up there? Oh, jeez, that's bad. He's a. Oh my god, that's a bad look.
Do we want to do a basketball? If Ann will let us get through it.
No, you know
Yeah,
I
we'll
won't.
run. We'll run through that and then we'll call it a night.
All
Yeah,
right.
it's actually pretty fun though. I like it. Good job, 20.
Top 100 basketball. So I'll have to think of hints for these two as well. I should know where they went and all that.
I actually think basketball is easier for me to remember the schools.
And the funny thing is I already let the cat out of the bag on the Karl Malone crime.
Okay, here we go. Okay, yeah, so I should know these guys pretty well. He was a point guard for Georgia Tech.
Kenny Anderson.
Who?
Kenny Anderson.
No, White.
What? There's nobody white on this list.
He was good. He was like Steve Kerr before Steve Kerr, only he was better. He was way better.
Good. John Stockton?
Jerry West?
He was on the teams with like Brad Doherty and Larry Nance.
Pittsburgh
And,
Pete Maravich?
Craig Elo?
come on. He was on the team with Craig Elo. Mark Price. You guys should have got that one. This guy has a son in the NBA right now. He's known for his killer crossover.
Tim Hardaway.
Yes,
Tim
Brad,
Hardaway.
you're gonna be good at this.
What I know Tim Hardaway most for is homophobia.
Why? What did he do?
This guy.
He said, "I hate gay people" on camera.
Oh, okay, that's.
This guy.
That's an actual quote. That's not like.
We're on 97.
That's the actual quote.
We're on 97.
We're on 97.
This guy once led the NBA, I think, in career assists. He was a really good point guard. He was a really good coach, and he actually coached that team that had Mark Price, I think.
Lenny Wilkins.
Nice. And if I get a fact wrong, just correct me. But I'm trying to go off memory here.
Okay.
He was part of Run TMC.
Well, we already did Hardaway, so it's Chris Mullin.
No.
Mitch Richmond.
Yes.
Yeah.
That one's too hard.
No,
this guy.
The hard ones. Keep the hard ones up.
Okay, all right.
This phrasing. Are we not doing phrasing anymore? Jesus Christ!
This guy is known for a bonehead play in a very important game.
Chris Webber.
Can we all?
This guy was known as maybe the best leaper in the NBA before Michael Jordan.
Dominic Wilkins.
No,
he actually played in the ABA a little bit.
Dr. J.
No. Well, but that's not him.
Daryl Dawkins?
No, he played for, was it NC State?
Dr. J had the best afro of all time, that's for
sure. You'll know it. I mean, he was a scorer.
Bernard King?
No. You guys will probably won't get. I mean, Spread, you know who it is, but David Thompson.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't have got that, though. We could have guessed for 10 minutes. I wouldn't have got that.
Okay. Wow. I can't believe this. Number 89. He's a guy I already mentioned on the Cavs. Not Brad Doherty. Not Mark Price.
Is it Craig Elon?
No. He has a son in the NBA.
Oh, Larry Nance.
Larry Nance, yes. The big redhead. That's his nickname. Really? Bill Walton, yeah. Wow, this guy's awful hard. He was part of a threesome that formed. They were considered one of the first, what do they call it, super teams. Lefty.
What number?
Georgia Tech, from Georgia Tech.
Parrish.
No, more recent. So he's a lefty that formed a super team recently and he's from Georgia Tech.
Chris Bosh.
Chris Bosh. All right. Let's see.
What the fuck happened to Chris Bosh? Anyways, like he was like one of the best players in the league.
Yeah, he has some sort of disease.
Yeah.
This guy played at Tennessee University, I want to believe. Big time scorer. Played most of his years as a Knick.
Big time scorer?
Big time. Maybe probably their best
Bernard
scorer.
King.
Bernard King, yeah. This was a lefty, part of Run TMC.
Well, Mullen, because he's the only one left.
Chris Mullen. This guy, here's a little harder.
Do you remember?
What's that?
Do you know what school Mullen went to?
St. John's.
Okay.
This guy was a defensive stopper. Couldn't score worth shit. Was part of the bad boy Pistons when they won their couple titles.
Lambeer.
He was named our defensive player of the year probably a couple times.
John Sally.
Big afro. Mean, strong.
Oh, Ben
Joe
Wallace.
Dumars?
Ben Wallace. Can you believe he's 81 on this list of best players of all time?
Yeah, he shouldn't be on
Get the fuck out of here.
Ben Wallace?
Yeah, this is terrible.
That's a bad list. Ben fucking Wallace is 81 best player of all time.
Yeah, this guy was a backcourt. Was in the backcourt with Isaiah Thomas.
Joe Dumars.
I just said it.
Yeah. you refreshed my memory, Jay.
This guy. Okay, this guy was the first big name from Argentina.
Luis Scola.
No.
I'm blanking on his name, but he's the dude from the Spurs.
Yes.
Oh, Ginobili?
Ginobili? Thank you, Manu Ginobili. Yeah.
Yep. We'll give Ant that point.
I like brain farted his name, but yeah, I'm like,
what number is he on the list?
75.
Wow.
Well, Ginobili was good. They were part of a dynasty, Jay. I mean, they won like 5 fucking championships.
Yeah, but I think he just missed the ESPN 50 greatest players of all time.
Yeah, I wouldn't have put him there. This guy was the point guard for the great Celtics teams of the 80s.
The point guard.
Dennis Johnson.
Dennis Johnson. This guy recently retired. I mean, maybe 4 or 5 years ago because of foot problems. Played at Duke. Was compared to Jordan when he first came up.
Grant Hill.
Grant Hill. There you go. This guy was known as the Matrix.
Grant Hill makes the all-time list.
I know this.
Yeah,
71 is Sean Marion.
I don't think Marion should be on there either, but I don't know. Maybe
Bro, come on.
Okay. This guy. Let's see. This guy single-handedly won Syracuse a national championship.
Carmelo Anthony.
Yes. That's too easy, wasn't it? This
guy
guy
is like their only national championship. So
was known as Air Canada for a while.
Damian?
Vince Carter, yes.
Well, Vince Carter was great back then. Wasn't he like the first superstar on the Raptors team?
Probably.
And do you know why
he was incredibly popular.
And also, I think it's kind of funny because it's like you definitely know what time the Raptors became part of the league because a Velociraptor was considered like a great mascot to have. Because, like the Jurassic Park thing. That's actually why they're called the Raptors. They had like a contest. What are we going to name our team? And they let a bunch of kids just saw the Jurassic Park movie go, yeah, the Raptors, yeah. And then that's why you have the Toronto Raptors. That's why there's a fucking
awesome
Velociraptor with a basketball. Yeah, it's Jurassic Park.
This guy is known as Mr. Big Shot.
Robert Horry.
No.
Reggie Miller.
I thought you would have got this one, Fred.
Reggie?
No. Went to Colorado, I believe.
Colorado? No one's famous for Colorado.
I think he's from Denver.
In our defense, Fred and I nailed the guy that takes Mr. Big Shot, takes big shots.
Yeah, this
Diego
guy's
says
known
Sean-
for-
He was Big Shot Bob.
he was a point guard. He was part of that good Pistons team.
Chauncey.
Chauncey Billups.
Nice job,
Mr.
Diego.
Big Shot.
Diego got it. Good job, Diego.
Let's see.
What kind of name is
This guy was known for the finger wag.
Mutombo.
Kembe
No,
Mutombo.
no.
I guess that was too easy. This guy's
Well, I
from
mean,
this guy's from Spain.
Oh, Pau Gasol.
Yes.
Nice.
Well, it wasn't going to be Marc Gasol.
This guy, after he left basketball, went and tried to be a pitcher in baseball.
Marc Gasol's a beast. What are you talking about?
He's not as good as Powell, though. Shut up.
This guy left basketball and tried to be a pitcher.
In what era?
The 90s, early 2000s. Known for being a prolific scorer. Once scored, I want to say, 14 points in 20 seconds or something.
Reggie Miller.
No. Spread, come on. He was a
Reggie.
Houston Rocket. I think he scored 14 points in like 12 seconds or something.
If you guys say Tracy McGrady,
Yes, Tracy McGrady.
he tried to be a pitcher?
Yeah, he left. He always wanted to be a baseball player. So when he quit the NBA, he went and tried out. He didn't make it.
Kind of like Michael Jordan didn't make it.
This guy was that's too easy. This guy is from where the fuck? He's from Paris.
Tony Parker.
Yeah.
Tony Parker, nice. This guy's nickname is the Chief.
Robert Parrish.
Yes. Let's see.
Why is his nickname the Chief?
I don't know.
Because he used to smoke weed constantly.
Are you serious?
I'm serious.
This
His nickname's the
guy.
Chief because he just smoked a bunch of weed. But they all smoke a bunch of weed now. So what does that fucking mean?
Well, this was like in '82 before it was a big deal when they were all
Like,
on coke. Everyone
It's even in the. Isn't it like the NBA's like CBA that they don't even drug
They don't even
test
test
for
anymore.
weed? Yeah, they don't even drug test for weed because they're like, yeah, why would we do that? Because we'll have to suspend the entire league. Which, how about you take that little note there, NFL?
They
The
just switched
NBA
too.
The
NFL
NBA,
stopped testing too this
Yeah.
year.
the NFL's not doing it anymore now?
I don't think they are. I think
Good,
they-
because
they
it's like,
switched
get
it.
with the times, you fucking cunts.
Yeah.
This guy, I believe, went to southeastern Oklahoma. Okay.
Is that
This-
even a school?
Yeah, and I
Is
feel
it
I'm
Scottie
going.
Pippen?
No.
Scottie Pippen went to a Central Arkansas.
Is it one of the guys from the Bulls team? Because I swear I saw some guy from Southeast Oklahoma on that last dance.
Yes,
It's not Rodman, is it?
it is Rodman.
Rodman went to Southeast Oklahoma?
I feel pretty confident I got most of that right anyway.
I don't-
Southeast Oklahoma. It was some Oklahoma.
Yeah,
I
because
just
I remember
don't-
thinking it was wacky when I was watching that little documentary.
I just don't see like a dude from Oklahoma being the kind of guy to wear a wedding dress and dye his hair 15 different colors
Well,
And
that's what
titty
happens when
fuck-
you sleep with Madonna.
and titty fuck Carmen
This-
Electra.
This guy wore goggles. His nickname is Big Game.
James Worthy.
Yes. Let's see. We're halfway done. This guy was dominant, came straight out of high school from like Atlanta. Center is
Moses Malone.
no, he plays now. He's more of a role player, but he's having a second coming.
Dwight Howard.
Dwight Howard, yes.
He's still in the league?
There's easier hints I could give you that would just give it away. So I'm trying to
What
give you.
happened to Dwight Howard? He's like one of the best players in the league. He single-handedly took the Magic to the NBA Finals, and then he just kind of fell off the face of the earth.
This guy went to Wake Forest.
Oh, that's
Tim Duncan.
Tim Duncan.
Would you say spread?
Tim Duncan.
No. He
Well, he
is
went
a
to
very
Wake
he's a very cheap player. He's in my top 10 most hated players in the world. He
that's not nothing.
well, because he nutmegs you. He likes to punch people in the dick as he goes around picks. No, point guard.
Diego got it. It's Chris Paul.
Yes, I didn't want to say point guard and give it away.
Diego, I wouldn't have got that though. Diego got it.
Maybe the most could be debated the most clutch shooter of all time. UCLA. Reggie. Yes.
Nice.
Who? Reggie Miller?
Maybe, but this guy, while wasn't as clutch of a shooter, was still clutch and is a better shooter, believe it or not, than Reggie Miller.
Steph Curry?
Went to UConn, I believe.
Oh.
Went to UConn. Went to UConn. Better, great. One of the probably the 5 best shooters of all time. Was
Richard Hamilton?
No, he was in the
Ryan
movie.
C got it. Ryan C got it.
Oh, Ray Allen.
Ray Allen.
Ryan.
This guy was nicknamed the Human Highlight Film.
Dominique Wilkins.
Yes. This guy is in my top 10 most hated.
Was he the first one to do the 360 dunks?
In the game, probably. I mean, I'm sure people were doing it beforehand.
This guy has burner accounts.
Kevin Durant.
Kevin Durant.
I mean, Kevin Durant.
Yes.
How soft are you that you have to have burner accounts to troll people who talk shit about you on Twitter?
This guy's nickname is Iceman.
George Gervin.
Yes. This guy is from Vancouver, Canada.
Steve Nash?
Yes.
Did he ever win that NBA title?
No.
This guy was 6. God, this is too. This guy went to Minnesota University, I believe.
Minnesota.
Charles Barkley says he's in the top 5 players of all time. He was a center or forward. Played for the Celtics.
Kevin McHale.
Kevin McHale. This guy, I think, so overrated, and I hate him. He was once rolled off the court in a wheelchair.
Paul Pierce.
Okay.
Who?
Paul Pierce.
Why do you hate Paul Pierce?
Because he's well, number one, he said LeBron James is, what did he say yesterday? He's not even in the top 5 players of all time or something. You're just doing hot takes. Shut up.
I mean, you could technically argue that.
I don't think so. In my opinion, I don't think so.
You'd have to really go off your history, though, because you'd have to put Bill Russell, Wilt, and Kareem, Jordan, and then you only have to find one more.
Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson.
No, Kobe's not better. Magic, you could argue, is better than LeBron.
This guy was a point guard.
Scottie Pippen.
At Cal.
Jason Kidd.
Yes, nice. This guy, wow, is he low? Jesus, is he low? I got to be real vague.
What number are we on?
34. He's from, I want to say he's from like the Chesapeake, Virginia area. He grew up with Mikey Vick. Yes.
Allen Iverson.
Nice, Fred. This guy was actually born, I want to say he's born in like the Bahamas, but you would never know it. He just looks like a black guy.
It's Tim Duncan, and he was born in.
No, it's not.
Vincent.
Tim Duncan was born on the islands, though, right?
Yeah, he was on like St.
This is someone else that you would never think that was born. I forget if it was in the Bahamas or.
If you're talking about Patrick Ewing, it's Jamaica.
Patrick Ewing, Jamaica. There it is.
Oh, do you see Patrick Ewing caught corona today?
Yeah, he's got the coronavirus, so he caught the hoax too.
So stupid.
I'm sure he took a check from the government to pretend he's got that fucking hoax.
This guy, I believe, went to Oregon State.
Gary Payton.
Yes.
Oregon.
Yeah.
That,
Did I
is that how
say it
you guys
wrong?
pronounce it? I mean,
Hey,
Oregon.
Ronnie, have you ever seen his highlights at Oregon State?
Yeah.
He's literally barking the whole
Hold
time.
on.
Yeah,
The
he's
whole time he's
crazy.
on defense,
Greg.
he's just barking the whole time.
Greg, say Oregon again.
Oregon. Did I
Oh,
say
okay.
it wrong?
Oregon. Oregon. Yeah,
Oregon.
Oregon. Yeah, that's Oregon.
This guy was born in Chicago, but became a legend in Detroit.
Isaiah Thomas.
Yes.
Is anybody else think it's kind of bullshit that he got blackballed from the Dream Team because Michael Jordan didn't like him? He was
This guy.
he was the best point guard in the league, and they're like, "Hey, Christian Laettner, you can come on, but we don't want none of that Isaiah Thomas on this team because Michael Jordan don't like him. But Christian Laettner, you like think about that. All right, you got Michael Jordan, Karl Malone, John Stockton, Scottie Pippen,
You got
Charles
everybody.
Barkley, David Robinson, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and Christian
They had
Laettner.
a policy. That's why.
Dude,
Or
Yeah,
the policy
they had
was
one college player.
Yeah.
dude, one of these guys is not like the other.
This guy played, I think, with Phi Slamma Jamma.
Ralph Sampson.
Olajuwon?
No,
Clyde Drexler.
Clyde Drexler. This guy went to Marquette. That was too easy.
Dwayne Wade.
Yes.
You should have said you should have said this guy is married to Gabrielle Union.
That would have been
easy. It would have been easier, actually.
This guy, Central Arkansas State.
Oh, that's Scottie Pippen.
Yes. This guy was.
Can we also talk about how he's like one of the most underrated players of all time?
Yeah, he's
because
great.
he had the unfortunateness to have to play on with Michael Jordan, who's probably the greatest player ever. Was Scottie Pippen's probably a top 10 player of all time?
No.
Well, he's not like what? How was Scottie Pippen was one of the probably best players ever?
No, he's probably top 30 or 40 in my opinion.
Well, people act like I just get annoyed when people act like he was the Robin to fucking Jordan's Batman.
But he was.
Scottie Pippen is not a Robin, though.
But Ian, one thing you have to remember is there was a time where Scottie Pippen was known as the second best player in the world. He got his accolades when he played.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he was dismissed. There were people that said he was the second best player in the world.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he's not a Robin. People go, "Oh, well, he was the Robin to Jordan's Batman." I'm like, no, Scottie Pippen is not a fucking Robin. Scottie Pippen was the Flash. Like he's not a sidekick. That's my point.
He is a sidekick. He's a completely complimentary player, which is why Jordan needed him so much.
Compliment everything. You are dissing him, dude. You're disrespecting Scottie Pippen.
I don't think so.
All right, let's move on. This is a poor man's Larry Bird. This will tell you how good Larry Bird is, because this is a poor man's Larry Bird. Think of Larry Bird today or in the past 20 years, who would it be? He's not American. He won one title.
Dirk Nowitzki.
Dirk
Nowitzki.
I get that now. But you know what? Just shooting wise, Bird was such a better passer and rebounder than Dirk. That's why I think Dirk will fall short.
This guy went to Auburn.
Charles Barkley. Duh. And another thing, Scottie Pippen wanted to get traded off the Rockets because he couldn't stand playing with Charles Barkley because he said Charles Barkley was Charles Barkley was a fat piece of shit who didn't care about winning.
I mean, that doesn't make him a top 10 player of all time, though.
No, I'm not saying that's one of the. I'm just thinking that's such a little fun factoid. That Scottie Pippen. The other fun factoid is like Scottie Pippen made more money in one season with the fucking Portland Trailblazers than he did his entire career with the Bulls. He finished his career making like $111 million in his career in the NBA, and only like $16 million of it was with the Bulls.
This guy is known as a great rebounder, maybe one of the best rebounders of all time. I think he was one of the first people that went straight to the NBA.
Moses Malone, then.
Yes.
Moses Malone.
This guy never won. One of the best players to never win a title.
Well, that's going to be
Karl Malone.
Karl Malone, yes.
no. The real hint was this guy got his 13-year-old cousin pregnant in the 1980s.
Oh, she's the cousin now?
No, shit. Google it.
This is another guy who went straight to the NBA.
Right. Kobe Bryant went straight to the NBA, right?
He's from Chicago.
No, Kobe Bryant's from Philly. So
He's from Chicago, went straight to the NBA. Kevin Garnett, yes.
Kevin Garnett. Oh yeah, he was.
This guy
He
is
played
known
forever.
for having. This guy is his known move was the Dream Shake.
Elijah Wan.
That was too easy, huh?
He's Akeem the Dream Olajuwon.
This guy went to Navy.
Oh, that's Dave Robinson.
Yes.
That's why he was called the Admiral.
Yeah.
And then Tim Duncan came along, and there was the Twin Towers, and they won like 3 titles together.
This guy, so easy.
Yeah, make it harder.
Yeah, but I got him digging facts out of the back of my brain here. This guy.
If it's Kobe Bryant, just say he was drafted by the Hornets.
He was drafted in 1961. He was
Jerry West?
no, but that's the same year.
Bill Russell?
No, he
Will
was a point guard type.
Bob Cousy?
He was a Russell Westbrook before Russell Westbrook.
Bob Cousy?
No,
You're
People
talking like
com-
1960s. I don't know who the fuck
people
you're talking
compare Westbrook to him.
Oscar Robertson?
Yes. This guy's from Lower Merion High School.
That's Kobe.
Okay. That wasn't hard enough. Okay.
about. Well, you should.
Well, Kobe, I don't know what you're going to get that's hard.
Yeah, like even
This-
I know he wasn't even drafted by the Lakers.
This guy played at LSU University.
Shaq.
That was, yeah.
Shaq.
This guy's he played at Indiana State.
Well, that's Larry Bird.
All right.
You know
This
what's
guy's-
funny is Larry Bird went to the NBA or to NCAA championships and fought against Magic Johnson. He took Indiana State Sycamores to NCAA title games. That's how good Larry Bird was. He's the only player on fucking Indiana State. Indiana State's had one good player in the history of its conference, and Larry Bird. So that's how far back the Bird versus Magic rivalry went. Everyone just thinks of them as like the Celtics versus the Lakers in the 80s. These sons of bitches were playing Spartans versus Sycamores in the fucking college game.
This guy is from West Virginia. This guy, I believe, went to Ohio State. I'm making them harder.
Yeah, no, you got to make them hard because otherwise.
This guy, if I say it, this guy was a GM of the Grizzlies and a GM of the Lakers.
Jerry West.
Jerry West, yes.
Nice.
He went to Ohio State.
I think he went to Ohio State.
I know he was definitely GM of the Lakers.
This guy, Delonte West, fucked his mother.
LeBron James.
Okay.
Does anybody else wonder though why they're still called the Grizzlies when they moved to Memphis? Like, there's no
There's
Grizzly
the Utah
Bears.
Jazz and the Los Angeles Lakers. Like, newsflash, there's no lakes in LA.
Yeah, like why is like the NBA the only ones who do that? Where they'll they'll have a team in a location and the name matches that location, but when the team relocates, they don't change the fucking name.
Yeah.
Like the Utah Jazz. That doesn't make any sense. There's no fucking jazz musicians in the goddamn mountains of Utah.
This guy's wife is named Coco.
I know
Okay,
this.
nice. I got one past you.
Isn't that Ice-T's wife?
This guy,
Hold on, no, we're gonna just leave it there. Let me see if I can think of that. Wife named Coco.
The only one I can think of is Ice-T, but he's not an NBA player.
Kiki Vandeweghe.
number 6 all time.
His niece is named Coco. Yeah, you'll have to give us another one.
He goes by a nickname as his real name.
Magic Johnson.
Yes, it's Irvin.
His wife's name is Coco.
Yeah.
Yes, and his real name's Irvin.
All right, well, we all know that his name's Irvin.
This guy was once pronounced by Shaq as the big fundamental.
That's Tim Duncan. That's Tim Duncan.
Yeah, Tim Duncan.
Yeah.
What number is Tim Duncan on that
How
list?
do you put Duncan ahead of Magic though? That's
Yeah, I don't know. I'm beyond even the ratings right now.
Well, here's the thing though. You go, how do you put Duncan ahead of Magic? They're completely different players. So how do you really do an apples to apples, oranges to oranges comparison with them? Magic was a point guard and Tim Duncan was a power forward. But at the same time, how can you deny that Tim Duncan is not one of the greatest players of all time? I mean,
I'm
he
just
had a lot of
Magic ahead of Duncan.
Yeah, I mean, I won't argue against you on that one. But at the same time, like Tim Duncan's obviously one of the best players of all time. How many fucking titles did the guy win? Like 5 with the
Yeah.
This guy, I think, was a track star, I want to say, in college. He was either born in New York City or Philly.
What number are we down to?
4.
Will Chamberlain.
Will Chamberlain, yes.
Well, George's going to be number 1. So
this guy is still alive, barely.
Russell.
Yes.
Bill Russell.
This guy.
Speaking of barely still alive, how the hell is Magic Johnson still alive? Didn't he get the AIDS back in like 1993?
It's a hoax, Ant. It was the original Corona.
It probably at this point it probably was because I swear to God, like I almost kind of want to get that Magic Johnson AIDS because he catches the AIDS, right? And then he winds up becoming a billionaire entrepreneur who owns a fucking baseball team and he's one of the pillars of all the community or whatever. Like whatever kind of fucking disease he got diagnosed with, it must have been the good kind of that disease because he's fucking rocking and rolling. He looks like $1 million. He'll outlive us all. Oh, I got AIDS. Bullshit, dude. He got diagnosed with this shit back when I was like 8 years old.
Hey, and I'll give you a trivia
question.
Him. Which player that we've already talked about tonight refused to play against Magic when he found out that he had AIDS?
I remember that, but I don't remember who it was. I do remember that, though.
Yeah, I remember that vaguely.
Was it Karl Malone?
Karl Malone.
Well, yeah, because Karl Malone's is the pillar of morality. I can't play with that AIDS guy. That might
This guy's tall.
Because I'm busy over here impregnating 13-year-olds.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yes, it gets easier when you get down here. And then obviously, number 1's Jordan.
Yeah.
All right, last for the championship. This is for the championship.
Where's
Everyone's
the
involved. Jay, you got to get in. It's the championship question. Okay. How many points per game did Kareem Abdul-Jabbar average? Closest wins.
31.8.
40.
40?
Why not?
30.
Fuck it.
33.2.
That is terrible guesses. Terrible. 24.6. Who was even closest?
1-4, that's it?
I was only off by 16 points a game.
Jesus.
He only averaged
like his last 5 years drove down that average so ridiculous.
Oh yeah, I guess. Wow.
Next time we'll have to do hockey. I mean, I don't know how good we're going to be at hockey, but
I wouldn't be able to get anyone. I get Gretzky at number 1, and that's it.
or maybe we'll do
Yeah.
like Olympic, the top 100 Olympians or something. I don't know.
Why is
That was good, though.
Ryan Leaf is trending? Why?
Oh no!
He said, "Oh no, oh no." Ryan Leaf arrested for domestic battery. Oh,
Exactly.
Ryan.
You knew it wasn't because he gave money to his local church.
Oh no.
Why does that not
Patrick
surprise
Willis
me?
is trending. Let's see why for him.
All right, boys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out too. Sunday, we got NASCAR. We got left turns, Twatty, and we got the
You can
the
put your boy Max
Tiger.
on for that.
What?
You can put your boy Max on for left turns. No,
You're
I'll come
out?
on. I'll come on with you.
You're out. All right. Yeah. All right. All right. We got that Tiger and Phil thing. Is it set up like the Skins game, the same exact way where Anthony lost spreading my money?
It's different. I can send you an article my buddy wrote about it.
Oh yeah, do that.
Yeah, I'll send it right
Hey,
now.
I lost you and Greg money, but I won a lot of people money today.
Did you?
Yeah.
With that Bundesliga bet.
Yeah, the
Oh,
Berlin Derby. Yeah.
Oh, is there any soccer tomorrow?
Yeah. Playing soccer tomorrow.
What are you betting? Send it to me, whatever you're betting.
I am on Leverkusen, Gladbach over 3.25 goals at plus 104 on 5 times.
I saw Sean talking about something about Dortmund.
I have nothing on that game unless you want to take a shot on Wolfsburg at draw double chance at plus 115 range.
Oh, I saw tennis. I saw tennis too, Spread. They're starting to play tennis.
Yeah, but it's been hard to bet. I haven't done it yet. You have no idea how they're going to come out and play.
Yeah.
I'll keep looking though, because it's actually big names again. At first, it was like, okay, like I'm aware these players exist, but I don't know their strengths and weaknesses. But like today, Amanda Anisimova played Danielle Collins, which is actually a pretty big time match. So, but I didn't watch it, but I was talking to my buddies about it, and I guess both of them looked pretty tired, like pretty early into the match. So I don't know how much value there is in betting these.
Yeah, there's a decent amount of Bundesliga though tomorrow. I mean, I only have one bet.
What time do those games go off, Ant?
8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern.
Yeah, it sucks that they didn't give us the Tiger and Phil thing on Saturday. Could have came on tomorrow and hung out, and then came back
tomorrow.
Sunday. Oh, Ant said it was on Sunday.
Oh, look right now. I'm looking for my buddy's article about it.
Oh, if it's on tomorrow, we'll definitely try to come on for that.
Let me look it up right now.
Bro, and you know how like that we bet NASCAR, but we bet the NASCAR Cup Series, and then they have the Xfinity Series, which is like AAA baseball kind of, right?
Okay.
So Kyle Busch enters himself in the AAA race, right? So with like 50 laps to go in the race, he was minus 130. Think about that, Ant. 40 cars on the track, but it's AAA. He was minus 134 to win the race. Okay? With 50 laps to go, he's minus 1,100 to win the race. And on the last lap, he gets passed by a kid and he loses the race. And I don't know what the odds were on the kid, but I think at some point during the race, you could have got the kid at plus 2 20,000, I think.
20 to
And
1.
yeah, can you imagine being a minus 1100 with 50 laps to go and minus 134 to actually start a NASCAR race to win the whole thing? That's absurd. It's crazy.
Did you see him win? How he like bounced off the wall?
Yeah, did you see that spread?
I just saw because they were sharing it in my chats. Like, this is the most insane finish, you know?
Yeah, it was really good. I caught the last 10 minutes of the race, but I was looking at the odds. But I actually stopped what I was doing and actually watched the last 10 minutes. But yeah, that was fun. I'm looking at this Tiger Phil thing.
It's Sunday.
It's Sunday because it says
you're like desperate to bet this.
No, but I at least want to watch it. But it sucks that it's not today because the Coca-Cola 600 is a long race.
600. Oh my God! What time's the race start? Is the race Saturday?
Sunday afternoon.
Oh my God!
It starts at 6 p.m. on Sunday.
The NASCAR race?
Yeah, that NASCAR race, bro, is going to be like 5 hours long.
Holy shit! Fuck that.
It's the longest race. What do you mean, bro? It's nonstop, just greatness.
5 hours of watching guys take left turns. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, but I mean, we'll be fucking around. We'll be watching the Tiger and Phil thing. We'll have other things to do, right?
I'll be watching them. I'll be watching Netflix.
No, you won't. You'll be on the show.
I'll be live. I'll be live betting the fucking Lost in Space finale.
You will be on that fucking show and loving every minute of it. That's what you'll be doing.
I mean, you're going to be talking about a NASCAR race I'm probably not even going to watch 1 minute of.
That's all right. We'll watch the fucking. I'll just have to get the other television going. We'll watch the Tiger and the fucking whatever else is on.
I want to watch the Tiger and Phil and stuff. I want to watch.
Yeah.
But
what do you mean the Lost in Space finale? The new season's been out. Like I watched that months ago.
Yeah, I know. I've been getting around to it. I've been like watching the second season of Lost in Space for like 3 months.
Oh, okay. It was pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, I know. It's just like I'll watch like one episode and then I'll watch something else. It's like I haven't. The second season hasn't gripped me the way the first season did. Like I binge watched the first season, but I'm just not like I can't binge watch the second season. I'm just like, okay.
I think it's watchable though, right?
Yeah, but you know.
Did either of you guys ever watch Bloodline? That's like the one show. The one show on Netflix that they stopped after the third season.
Do you see Ozark?
I liked it a lot. I liked that show, man. I wish that show would have kept going.
I thought it was good too. Did you see Ozark got canceled?
No.
Yeah, I thought I saw that trending.
Ozark's not going to get canceled. It's the most popular show on their fucking thing.
Let me put it in Twitter right now.
Did it really?
Oh, let me double check. Maybe I saw wrong.
Oh, that would blow. They're gonna give fucking Orange is the New Black like
never mind.
19 seasons and Ozark's done after 3.
Oh my God, I didn't even watch Orange is the New Black.
Yeah, I watched every episode.
It hasn't been canceled. They just don't have a. They just don't have the season 4 renewal yet.
I say I watched every episode, right? But all that really means is it was on in the background while I was like watching UFC fights.
Are you talking about Orange is the New Black? No, like the problem with Orange is the New Black was it went on for like 3 seasons too long. Did
you watch it all?
I watched all of it until the last season. I got through like 1 episode of the last season, and then I'm like, like Piper's out of prison. What else is there to fucking? It's like I'm just not that interested in it.
Yeah, you weren't wrong, Jay. They
okay.
Someone put like a clickbait title where it said which Netflix shows just got canceled, and they put a picture of Jason Bateman up there. But if you go to the article, it was just some clickbait.
And you know what show that you would enjoy? Probably Peaky Blinders. Did you ever watch that
Yeah,
show?
good.
I'm not, but you've been like jerking off over that show for a while. Should I watch it?
Yeah, and you know what I started watching last night, Spread?
What?
The chick from Bloodline is actually in it. The sister from Bloodline, Linda Cardinelli, I think her name is.
Mhm.
She's in that show. Better Off Dead, I think is the name.
I've heard
It's
of it.
like
I never watched it.
With Christina Applegate. They're only 35-minute episodes, but so far I watched like 3 of them, and they're pretty good.
Oh,
They got a
cool.
couple seasons. Like I'll probably watch that tonight while I'm eating something.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a new series that came out today, I think. White Lines. I don't know. It sucks, man. Like it's time for.
You're going to be dumbfounded by this one, Jay. So you know what I just watched this last week, like over the last 3 days?
What?
You'll be shocked to find out that I have not watched it until now.
What?
6 years after it debuted. True Detective.
Oh, it's awesome.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I never got around to I never watched True Detective.
Well, I'll tell you, you're going to be really disappointed because the first season of True Detective.
Oh, it was great, yeah. But I heard
one of the
2 sucks.
one of the best first seasons of like any show ever, right? The second season was fucking abysmal. Skip over it and go right to the third because I enjoyed the third. The third season, they tried to make their way back towards, right. But Spread, how bad was that second season, bro?
No, and I kept watching it, hoping it, and I remember like episode 4 was pretty good. So I started to get hope again, and then it was just terrible, like the whole time.
Why does everybody say the second season was terrible? What was so bad about it? Because I haven't watched it, obviously. But.
And it's something like I watch absolutely anything Vince Vaughn is in. Yeah. He's one of my favorite guys, bro.
Was the acting bad, or just the storyline was bad?
The storyline was terrible. Yeah. Even he couldn't save it, and Rachel McAdams was in it too. Him and her couldn't save it. It was that bad.
Colin Farrell was in it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that new show Hollywood came out. Anybody start watching that?
Is it good?
No.
I don't know, but it's set back in the day-o, and I think like it's like a couple black guys that are gay or something. I don't know. I gotta watch it, but that just came out. That just came out last week. Yeah, that show's called Dead to Me with Christina Applegate.
All right.
I like the writing. It's witty.
It's witty.
Yeah. All right. Well, you guys enjoy your Saturday, and just best be ready to go for a marathon Sunday.
So Sunday we start at 6 Eastern.
No, because we're coming off for fucking Tiger and Phil, bro. So you better do everything you got to do on Saturday.
Okay.
We're marathon.
Don't good. You tell me what to do.
I'll fuck it. People want to get paid. You'll be there on Sunday.
I mean, eat my ass. Oh, by the way, yeah, tomorrow, Leverkusen, Gladbach over 3.25 at plus 104.
Let me put that in right now, actually, while I fucking have you.
Yeah, if you want like a better payout, you could just go over 3.5 goals. I think that's like a plus 125. But
is there anything that is there any like juicy shit that you just know it's gonna win, but you don't feel like laying it?
The over 2.5 in the Leverkusen Gladbach game.
At what?
I think that's like minus 190.
Leverkusen.
Mönchengladbach. The system has it at like a 70% chance that they go over 2.5 goals.
Leverkusen. Oh, over 2.5 at minus 210.
Oh wow, that got juiced up. It was like
let me
minus
check.
190.
Let me check Bet365. So there are a bunch of games. It looks like. Did you literally only place one bet?
I only placed that one bet, but a couple other bets I kind of don't mind. Is if you wanted to fade Bremen, you can bet on Freiburg. I mean, I think Freiburg wins, but the problem is like I don't really like. It's more of a fade of Bremen versus a bet on Freiburg, and I don't necessarily like making bets fading one side without necessarily liking the other side. But like a lot of people are just hopping on the fade Bremen bandwagon and betting on Freiburg. So I'm like, I don't hate that idea, but I'm not betting it. I think there's some value betting Wolfsburg, but I think Dortmund beats them. But I mean, the price says there's value on Wolfsburg, but I'm going to lay off of it. I do think Dortmund wins, but the numbers tell you to bet Wolfsburg.
Why am I not seeing like a plethora of total options?
There should be a drop-down menu. You should be able to bet anything from over 1.5 all the way up to over 4.5 with varying juice.
Well, that's what I'm trying to find on Bet365. How confident are you that both teams score in that game?
Oh, I like that one a lot. But that's that's over minus 200.
Yeah, it's this basically the same thing as the over 2.5.
Well, you can parlay both teams to score with Bayern money line and see what that gives you. Bayern Munich, I mean, they'll win, but they're like a minus 600 favorite. What can you get on Bayern Munich parlayed with both teams to score in the Gladbach game?
I'll tell you right now, both teams to score there. And what is the other game?
Just Bayern Munich money line.
That brings it to 140.
Minus 140?
Yeah, Bayern Munich's minus 600, and both teams to score in the other game is like minus 210.
Oh, well,
so
I mean,
it gets you around minus 140.
Basically, you're just taking the both teams to score down to minus 140 because Bayern Munich's winning that game. So, I mean, there's almost no chance that Frankfurt fucking fills up there.
So maybe I should just bet that. At minus 140.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Do the parlay because basically, I look at it like this: you're just taking the both teams to score down to minus 140 because Bayern Munich's winning that fucking game.
Right. And if you really like over 3.25 goals, I mean, if you're going to win your bet, I'm probably going to win this bet, right?
Yeah. Well, Leverkusen and Gladbach are both getting the goal in the game. I mean,
right. Yeah, that's what I'm going to bet that right now at minus 140. You could let me. I mean, there's literally not a chance, an actual chance that I will watch any of that game. I might not even be up.
What time is it going off?
Oh,
well,
actually, it's at 12:30. The noon for Bayern Munich. So yeah, I will be up for that game. Are those on television yet?
Yeah, they're on Fox Sports. FS1, FS2.
Yeah,
the Bundesliga is on Fox Sports Net.
I got to finish writing an article, so I guess I'll watch that game on Fox Sports because the other game is early, so that one will be over. So all I'll really need is like Bayern Munich. So should I I don't know, should I lay the 140 to win 100, or should I lay like 6 to pick up 420?
Oh, do 140 to win 100. I mean, soccer can be high variance. So, everybody thinks everything's a lock in soccer. until Bayern Munich has 8 shots on goal, but Eintracht Frankfurt's goalie has the game of his life, and Eintracht Frankfurt wins the game 2-1 with 2 shots on goal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's always a lot of variance in soccer, but I mean, Bayern should win that game, 80% of the time, and both teams are going to score a goal in that other game, 70% of the time. So
hopefully it wins, and then I'll throw that $100 on the Tiger Phil shit.
Yeah, don't go crazy. I don't want you mad at me if it doesn't win. Oh, you cost me $600. Nah, it's just small.
Yeah, I bet I just laid the 140.
Yeah, because I got 100 on the over 3.25 in the Globot game. So,
I mean, you win a lot in soccer for sure.
I was shocked. Dave just woke up and threw 300 on that bet.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, Dave, you tailed me 300 on that.
I had no idea that you were betting it until I retweeted your tweet that you won it.
You retweeted my tweet yesterday when I tweeted out that I bet it.
No, I retweeted it.
Oh, that was the official Sports Keg account that Steph runs that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, that tweet got a lot of traction, dude. My tweet on what I bet got a lot of traction. Got like 8 retweets and a bunch of likes. A lot of people saw that play.
The one was like it was like a 0-0 game, and there were a lot of shots on goal. Like, why are you people not scoring? And then like 10 minutes later, it was like 3-0.
Yeah, it was 0-0 at halftime, and then Hertha Berlin got a goal in the 51st minute. And then literally they restarted play after the goal. They steal the ball, go bang, another goal. 2 goals in 60 seconds. So it goes from 0-0 to 2-0 in 60 seconds. So now I only need one more. Yeah, all I need is one more goal to get that over. And then 9 minutes later, they got the goal. So it went from 0-0 in the 50th minute to 3-0 in the 61st minute. Boom.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the fun thing about like soccer. Sometimes when it's like goals. You'll have like nothing for like 40 minutes, and then bang, 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 3 goals in like a 7-minute period, and boom, you're there.
Oh, I didn't even realize. Nobody commented on Spread's Game of Thrones shirt. I mean, that's strong.
Yeah.
I like it.
Well, I'm all right. I'm good. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Yep. All right. Well, yeah, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow in the chat. Everybody that's watching, whoever is watching, Sunday we'll be on out for the race and the golf. Come check us out. We're out back after this.